Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Here we go. Whoops. Here we go. Now you should hear me fine. Okay, 13:15. Yeah, why not? Let's go. Okay, there's no story for a start. Okay, I think it's here.
あまり待たせないと隠せないわ。どっちが獲物かここで分からせてよ。
加減はしますよ。まとめてかかっ。
I did not remember it was this music. Damn.
私に任せてノリノリの曲でいくよ。ターゲット確認。すぐに終わらせる。あまり無意表を隠せない。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。指定の位置に向かう。進め。
依頼内容は承知した。
前に進むぞ。ん？リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。生命を救済終了慈しみ。弓の準備。この程度で止まると思うな。
自ら下した決断を疑うな。もういい。終わりにしよう。
決断を下す。私の庭からとっと出ていけ。この程度で止まると思うね。どうすればいい表を隠せない。指定の位置に向かう。さっさと片付ければ。待機中。わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
Okay, next one.
すぐに終わる。
I think. Oh, who died? Oh no. That's pretty bad. This guy hit for a lot of damage. I did not see that. Oh, and they heal every time we kill something near them. That's why they were not dying. Completely forgot about that. Well, sort of save the situation for now. But yeah.
私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。弓の準備はできてるよ。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。
Okay, Typhon, Typhon, yes.
誰を餌にするか決まった。本気で行くよ。
This for Holder.
どうすればいい？足元を見てみなさい。
I cannot help him with anything for now. Yeah, he will die.
前に進むぞ。私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。視界良好。指 進め。ご指示、思考を明晰にするは戦術。諦める。地獄の方がいつでも行けるぜ。あまり待たせ、誰かの気づく。
Yeah, we are in trouble here. I need a medic bot on the bot lane. I really need one. Okay. I think I might hold for a while with this. I should put maybe mountain at the bottom side. Anyway, Ifrit is useless, that's for sure. Who could survive alone pretty well against these guys for a very long time? Let me shine actually. Yeah. Hmm.
どっちが獲物か、ここで分からせてやる。決断を下すときは冷静に。慌てなくてね。進め。自然の活理を乱してはならない。待機中、思考を明晰にするは戦術。遺言の伝達、断る。本気で行くよ。指定の位置に向かう。視界良好。このリズムは今にぴったり。悪くない場所だ。私に指図するしね。
これ以上は進ませません。どこに向かう？やっぱここまでだ。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。
半歩だって引かない。
指定の位置に向かう。
これが戦場という手前の影。この世で釘付けにしてやる。準備か、心配しないで。
害虫が。
本気で行くよ。
強化しろ。
聞いてるけど、恐怖が隠せない。
遺言の伝達、断る。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。強化しろ。
戦に私がついてる。
Come on. Ah, shit.
視界良好。
強化しろ。
リンゴちゃん。
Whoops. No, I just recalled you for now.
備完了。私がついてる。この程度で止まると思うの。
Okay.
生命を救済しうるは慈しみ。
依頼内容を承知した。
うわ、本気で行くよ。
いいチャンスだ。自ら下した決断を疑うの。
弓の順。
もういい。終わりにしよう。
どうすればいい？誰かに気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。
Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Okay. Now that feels much better.
うわ、そういうところだった。この程度で止まると思うの。
Wait, what the?
さっさと片付ければ。
When did that thing go there?
待機中。
I did not see that.
どうすれば
I
いい？
barely saw it just in time.
準備完了。心配しないで。私に指図するの。すぐに終わる。私が行こう。私に指図する。これかもな。私に指図するな。私に任せて。
これで静かになってくれるな。
Okay. That was scary. Okay, where are we? Who are we following now? I see gravel kicked up by tires pounding the glass. Similar sights keep retreating from the car window. Muddy earth, dried bloodstains, shell craters we carefully steer around. War flows persistently, like an old slick satellite. The atmosphere outside the car is tense. Everyone remains silent. The driver is focused on driving. Paprika sits beside her, occasionally turning her head to cast a worried glance. I forgot to put the chat somewhere I see it better. Sorry, just a sec. Here we go. In the cab, the miner actually holds his weapon. The shopkeep from Kaza mimics him. He cries out suddenly. Looks like he cut his palm. Kazel has grocery stores. Children gazing longingly at candy as they lean against the counter. Old folk complaining about the changing price of salt. Makes sense, but I never really thought about those sights before. For me, Kazel is just a distant memory. When I was little, Babel briefly stopped near Castle. I remember it from a distance, a sight like a steel monster crawling through the wastes, leaving debris and thick smoke in its wake. Theresa held my hand and told me that was her home. I remember at the time I didn't know what the look on her face meant. Much later, I talked to the operator about Castle. Mudrock called it a barren land of houses stacked on top of each other. Stormeye talked about an internal furnace and crystal clusters on the city wall. Stormeye is from Castle. Wait, what? What do we know about Stormeye? Do we know anything about him? Profile, an elite sniper operator, Stormeye's master of combat technique detection. Oh, we have some files about him. He's infected. But Stormeye was born to a regular Kazel family. When the civil war broke out, he couldn't see the difference between either side of the conflict, and so he left the country before it devolved into an all-out war. His puzzlement in tow. Ever since he lived incognito and have shown little to no interest in the affairs of Castle. Oh. Okay. Yeah, he's from there. But he has small horn, so yeah, he's a sarcasm. Anyway, much later I talked to oh yeah. W, she lost an icy laugh and said, if I were a bunny like you, I'd steer clear of the place. Kazel feels like a vague symbol representing all kinds of things. Pain, hatred, oppression, slaughter. I know these are all true, objectively, but not everything that is Castle. Setting that aside, I know it's a place where Theresa sacrificed everything. Even Theresis, the mastermind behind the war, grew up there. What do the castles and vision look like? Logos quietly wipes his bone pen. On the other side, I see a doctor turning to look at the window. What's out there? I tug on the doctor's sleeve. Dr. Fleur, when the war is over, I want to visit Castle again. Stop the car, there's something strange up ahead. All units prepare for battle. What is that? In the distance, the town of Brentwood is already coming into view. A crimson light rises from the center of the town, staining the surrounding land. The blood-covered veil gently envelops all living things. So everyone is gathering at Brentwood now. This feeling, the same one that came from when we were inspecting those art circles. Benji, your lordship, what is this? When the war started, no one expected the land to be drenched in so much blood so quickly. Modern warfare, I'm afraid Vampire has all the prerequisites he needs for the ritual to fall into place. The crystals on the other battlefield were just nodes resonating with the ritual. All this time, I've been looking for its center. Brentwood, this little town, has a special place in Vampire's wicked design. Can you handle it, Logos? This is an ancient royal court method. They have completed the preparations for it. I need time. We haven't exposed our position yet, so we might be able to buy some time, but wait, what's that? Fire? There's another firefight in the town there, but who is it? Looks like they beat us here. A rather choppy meeting. Doctor looks calm. Right, after all we've been through, we finally get to stand shoulder to shoulder with our friends again. But Banshee, what are you going to do? You'll take care of the enemies, won't you? This power is a blessing from His Highness the Prince of Blood, right? The Sanguinarch. He's blessed the Sarkaz bloodline. The Sign Minor swings his weapon and sharp whistling sound rings out. He looks a little frightened of his own strike, almost losing his grip on the weapon. The driver of the shopkeep gather around him, investigating his new strength. Paprika moves a few steps toward me. Lord Banshee, I also feel a bit stronger, a little. Is it arm strength or my brain? I can't tell for sure, but I just feel kinda... It's a strengthening altar, witchcraft. We've seen this before, but this one is on a larger scale and feels different. Logos, could this have any adverse... Quite unexpected. It does not demand a price of us, at least not one drawn from our bodies. And why? Logos looks at the Sarkaz girl. Paprika, was it? What do you hope to use this power for? Well, the more skilled Sarkaz becomes in war, the more efficient he spills blood on the battlefield. It doesn't matter if it's his enemy's blood or his own. The ritual can continue. The Sanguinarch has prepared for this decisive battle, but there is this plan. Was just for this ritual? The art circle seems to have come under attack, and the vampire creatures are going out of control. Yes, a large colony of crimson worms is drilling out of the ground, rushing around in all directions. A good number of them seem to have caught our scent. Leave this to us, Logos. Please look into the ritual for us. Amia, you and the doctor could accompany me. I look at Paprika's team in the distance. The Sarkaz isn't aware of the danger here. Let's be quick. Roger. What are we going to do with us? What do you mean? I realized a while ago that, well, the one who've been captured are us, right? I know Royal Court Guard pretty well, and you give us a totally different vibe. Your name is Amia, right? You and his doctor are in charge. I think you're about the same age as me, and I can tell that Banshee is a pretty big deal. I can feel it. You can fake that. But he's working for you. A few days ago, I met a Caprine lady who called herself Sarkaz. Is she with you too? Just who the heck are you guys? Do you intend to fight us, Paprika? I can feel that the girl is not hostile. Well, I don't know. In the distance, Sarkaz had got some sort of power, the thing for a moment, and called out to Paprika. Captain, how did the Banshee get away? What do we do now? The cracks in the earth are spreading toward us. Why did they leave those two prisoners behind? Did the big shot from the royal court trust us so much? Yeah, be on guard for threats from that direction. I'll keep an eye on these two. You may be stronger, but still don't know war. I guess none of you are ready to fight this war. Yeah, after all this time, how could we not know? I get a little closer to her, but she seems to misunderstand my intent and retreats half a step. And as if making a difficult decision, she holds her ground in front of me. At this point, I realize she's about the same height that I am. I'm the captain of the transport team. If you're going to do something to us, you have to start with me. They're just regular people who answer His Highness's call to arms across Terra. I don't even know what they're doing. They just transport the stuff General Manfred says to move. The instant they answer that call, the Victorians would cease to call them regular people. And that's got nothing to do with what they've actually done. I think of the fire in Arknights, the factory pipes in Sudan, the streets, corners of Norport. Survival of Sarkaz means the destruction of Victoria. The triumph of Victoria means the cleansing of Sarkaz. Those caught in the vortex no longer have the power to choose. They're independent of my control by the General. No matter what happens, I have to guarantee their safety. I swore as much to General Manfred. The General, huh? Then first things first, let's deal with these out-of-control bloodworms together. Tell your team to fall back. Don't take any chances. This creature will suck dry any blood they find. Doctor, stick close to me. I'll use my power to clear the way for us and for them. The fractured surging land spreads out before us as vampiric offspring bathes in blood, indulging in the pain. As I bite is a touch of the Sanguinarch himself. I raise my hand and close my eye. I will stitch together this scarred land. I'll hold the whispered fate of the myriad souls in my hand. A black rumbus, a black shadow. Black arts surge from my fingertips. These twisted offspring deserve peace. Hey, little bunny, there's a faster way to seal those cracks, you know? W! Bang, bang, bang! It's Saka's mercenaries? Watch your footing, Yarnball. That's not a good place to stand. Huh? My advice is to give that lunatic a wide berth when she's tossing bombs around. W is not the type of sweet little Saka's baby I would be close to. Oh, Ines, thanks. And, I mean, wait. Over your head, there, that's the Black Crown? You're the one General Manfred was talking about. I heard my friend picked up a kid. I guess it was you. This Saka is under my control. You're the captain, right? Hey, let go of me! Who are you? What do you want? On a mission for the military commission and all the big shots from the royal court. Great, I'm here to enforce that discipline. Here there, Mia, and of course, Doctor. How there? What's wrong? Your first face-to-face meeting got you feeling disappointed? He did spend more time playing the antagonist than working our side. I'm not used to it either. No, thank you for your help, Hodder. We can talk about the other stuff later. As you can see, this little town is quickly becoming a war zone. Yeah, I do see, and we've got some important intel to share with you. With this town is a lifeline hidden in its shadows. There are two forces attacking the town's Sarkaz garrison. One is a self-salvation corps that Closure brought out from Londinum. Huh, looks like my safe house got trashed. I hope that old hag doesn't go peacefully. There is a force made of soldiers who once fought for different dukes, along with some workers and refugees. It's a pretty disorganized group led by the Siege. The Siege! We breached the town to find the battle was mostly subsided. Logat had not returned from the town center. Seems dealing with a vampiric ritual is no simple task. I catch sight of Siege and Delphine, as well as Misery and Closure, along with the fighters of Self-Salvation Corps. When we left London, we never expected this rendezvous in Brentwood would be so difficult for each of us. We make our way to a dilapidated house, but the atmosphere isn't the kind of exhaustion and relief you'd expect from a long-awaited reunion with friends. After giving me a quick physical, the Katit and Doctor take some crystal samples and move to talk privately. The room falls silent, and all eyes turn to Holder, leaning against the wall alone. The rhythm of his soul sharpening is as steady as his breathing. Delphine recognizes Holder with a glance. General Manfred of the Castle Military Commission's right-hand man. He was involved in the execution and assassination of many political figures through Londinium. Then Hodor tells us about the Fahrenmut brought to Londinium by the Sarkaz. Shh, quiet down! We all turn to Sarkaz who have not yet figured out the situation. Wowie, Victorians and Sarkaz mercenaries? It's okay, I'm still here. The situation is a little bit complicated, but you can trust me on this. You're not really gonna carry the dead weight around for the next phase of the plan, are you? Who are you calling dead weights? W, I promised Paprika that no harm would come to them. Ah, Rhodes Island, same as it ever was. Then, let's have them stick with my mercs. They've had it too easy for too long. Might as well bring some new blood in to have some fun. Hey you, blue-haired feline. What's on your mind? You've been staring at us for a while. Feel like killing us? Go ahead, draw a sword. Not gonna do it? Heh! If all you want is a Bolivarian standoff, I'm gonna pass. Me and my men out there hit the road. Can stay here and stay mad. Oh, by the way, Ines, if you're gonna fight the Victorians, make sure you let me know ahead of time. We don't wanna miss the show. Little Delphine, I'm here. You're right. I'm glad. I was worried. I'm sorry. I'm going to trust Rhode Island's processes in choosing collaboration partners. It's just, I'm an intelligence officer myself. It's not that I've never heard of this Hodor gentleman. No, it's not just him. Even Misery and Ines. I can't help but think. I can't accept it, not at the moment. Maybe I can't ever accept it. For now, as I said, I'll trust Vina's judgment. If it is what we have to do, then let's do it. These scars won't be forgotten, nor should they be. Sarkaz's wars have never ended, feline. Cut the military commission's supply lines, indeed, this has been our goal all along. In any case, this is a way to end the war quickly. And as for this Fahrenmut, I know what you're thinking. Now that no base is safe, this skeleton can become our key to counterattack in Londinium. We can't take any of these armies head-on, and we can't work around the essentially unbeatable firepower of that airship. So this elusive Fahrenmut is the best vehicle we could hope for, and at the same time it's a fortress and a spear aimed right at the heart. In that case, if we succeed, it will be thanks to the leader of this counterattack, and not Sarkaz mercenaries. It seems to have no ground on which to refuse cooperation. However, from a rational point of view, understand that there are differences among Sarkaz, that Exemplars appears to function seamlessly with Misery, but we're talking about individual friendship. We may be able to respect, trust, and even love a few individuals. But now we stand before a war where all sides have blood-soaked hands. Given enough time, we may be able to determine one by one who has committed war crime and who is innocent, but we do not have that time. We are at an impasse, Hodor. Our cooperation will not be so smooth. That is why we are here. Rhodes Island will serve the mediator between the two parties, such that we can end the suffering of Victorian people that this war has wrought, and such that we can prevent the Sarkaz of Casdale from being dragged back into the abyss. We're not here to force handshakes and reconciliation. We can leave that to the end of this ridiculous war. Platitudes mean nothing. It's actions that will put an end to all this. This is all very Rhodes Island indeed. I've heard Hodor has been in contact with Rhodes Island in the past. You've mentioned the place where the Fernmoot is docked among a large number of Saka's garrisons. If we're talking about the plan rationally, the small number of elites would do better than sending workers and strict thugs to their death. Yes, you can speak openly, I don't mind. But my boys won't miss a chance to strike at the Sakas. Armor can draw the garrison's fire. I see Hodor smiling. It seems this is a side of siege that relaxes him, at least a bit. After all, he seems to be hiding something. That will do. Thanks. Hodor expresses his gratitude and the discussion comes to a close. Saka's mercenary Hodor, after reuniting with W in Chenbog, Askan gave me his complete file. It dates back to the time of Babel, so I trust him. Yeah, this is our first formal cooperation with Rose Island. As it is, but if I might ask you a question. Sure. You didn't express your worries or concerns just now. Your innermost thoughts are to save lives, to put an end to war and hate, isn't that right? I've heard the King of Sagas can see to people's hearts. It's different from the ambiguous feeling Inez gets. I pray he can hide it from you. I can respect the Sagas who has struggled since the Babel days. I hope you can serve from your own free will. So that's how it is. Yeah, I'm fighting for that future. Very good. Thank you for your answer and your trust. Logos, the cat's it, you're back. I haven't had a vampiric ritual, the result of warring. It is indeed a blood blessing using ancient and very fine techniques. The Sanguinarch borrows a witchcraft's power, collecting blood spilled in the war to activate the bloodline within the Sarkaz warriors. He is giving the Sarkaz a constant reminder of our fundamental differences with other races. It says amplification and more incitement. Most importantly, I'm afraid he's using only a small part of the power he's collected for this purpose. More energy going somewhere else, somewhere I don't know. I tried to track it, but the structure of the art is complex and chaotic. It only points to Londinium. What is he playing at? And that reminded me. At this very moment, at the center of the battlefield stands the Sarkaz leader, even better at absorbing and exploiting death and the vampire. If it was really but strengthening the warriors, why would they bother using the witchcraft of the Crimson Court? Why is an art circle such that even the towns and the Head of War are roped in? Do you have a theory? The airship, the Fernmoot, the shard, and the witchcraft device right there. They have so much when you think about it. They have so many very strong and like mystical devices in this war. The task concern are justified. As I said, the Fernmoot will be our most important breakthrough, and we must take action as soon as possible. Whether a vampire or Nartha, even the Confessari, they are all exposed to Nightingale in a most unusual way. They are taking risks. They are all exposed to Nightingale. The reason was a war has been fought at a particular point in time. That is preparing his final trump card in Londinium. Sure, seizing the capital of Empire is already unheard of, but what could it be? Let me start with a fundamental question. A question so fundamental that even Sarkaz have forgotten it. Why is the Sarkaz so uniquely susceptible to telepathy?
道を阻むものが何であれ排除して進み続けるのが唯一の解決法だ。
Oh, God. Didn't see him for a bit. Sometimes I think that if there really is a creator responsible for these lands, he's one cruel bastard. He came through a really awful disease, where you feel your body being consumed, gradually being replaced by these crystals, helplessly to do anything to stop it. You can feel your very self being removed from your body day by day. You can only accept it. We can only accept it. And this creation of telepathy is actually one of the gentler ones across the lands. It's infected and the uninfected. 9 tells me our persecution is as old as civilization itself. So what about poor and rich, slave and noble? Foreign and local, disabled and able-bodied, even abnormal and normal. A parasitic disease is scary for sure, but oripathy is only the most obvious. It's the most prominent of the terrible diseases out there. The creators' really awful inventions are poverty, war, bottomless insatiable greed, the malice and hypocrisy that bring so much suffering, gaps can never close. The truth is, well, no creator came up with that stuff. Humans, we invented it all on our own. You and me, we created them. Good news or bad news? Good news that the workshop is still intact. So far as he did good. The Dukes and Sarkas never got used to any alternate post. The bad news is someone's living there. We saw lights. I woke up, identified myself, and the lights went out. Maybe the refugees are deserters. They put out the lights, that means they're aware of us. Fighters are ready for anything. Let's not be hasty. They might be cautious and fearful, don't jump to conclusion. Anyway, Red's carrying a pretty long blade, anyone would want to play it safe. Why don't I go? I have a word with them. By yourself? That's enough, the more men we send, the more nervous they'll be. Besides, is a minute's harm, a few more hands won't make a difference. The sky to the south has been red for the past few days. Percival and the other even found an art circle. We need to move fast. There's some risk in that. I know. But we made it out of Chernobog. Fair enough. We'll be ready to provide support on the sidelines to make a breakthrough. This place was some kind of distillery before the Victorian Reunion resettled in. I can already smell the booze. Romantic would have loved it. It certainly was a distillery. Secret distilleries like this are common enough in Victoria, dodging around punishing taxes imposed by the lords. They could be used to make crude medication for the infected. Soaking, mixing, distilling herbs would work. Purification? No way. I'm starting to admire the Victorian Reunion. They found this place and turned it into a distribution center for medicine. When did they start calling themselves Reunion and build all this? I'm not sure. All I know is that the building is just an old house covered in vines now. No movement around or lights in the house. A figure flashes by the window. Red was right. There are people here, and they spotted me. I dust off my clothes and fix my hair, trying to look more presentable. Hello, anybody home? No answer. Hi, I'm God. I've got a team nearby. I'm pretty sure you saw them earlier. Don't worry, we mean no harm. The Victorian Reunion used to use this workshop to make medicine. It brought hope to a lot of infected around Londinium. It's a medicine even circulating among the workers in sewers below the city's industrial district. Whoever you are, you know the war is turning a lot more people infected. We want to get things going again here to help them. Since you're occupying the place, we need your cooperation. And provide medicine or the supplies, we'll trade fair. Still no response. Darnab turns, and I grip the hilt of my sword. After everything we've been through, I know it's pretty likely I'll be staring down a pitchfork or hatchet next. I'm numb to that sort of thing now. The door opens. Reunion, you say? Claudius, who are you? Maze. Come in. There are more people hiding inside than guests. It's quite a group. Some of them are obviously infected, while others are leaning against the wall or probably ordinary refugees from the city. So looking over, silently watching me and the woman in the Victorian Reunion uniform. Look away and clear out. The crowd falls back and Maze leads me past the collective gaze. These people are terrified. Are you in charge here? This place is under my control. Let's find a place to talk. Victorian Reunion. Percival is in Victorian Reunion too. Organizations don't exactly have a franchising procedures, and once word of the name spread out, the Iranian flag started popping up in all sorts of places. Also mean there have been various acts of violence, acts of revenge taking place in that Iranian name. The kind of thing that happened in Chernobyl. I start looking at this maze. She seems nervous. Her gait is unnatural. We're in the deepest depth of the workshop. Here we are, nobody comes in here. So, you're Iranian, the real Iranian. You came from the north? From Ursus? Yes, Ursus, Colombia, and now we're in Victoria. That's a ways. Your uniform, I used the bait sheet. I ran to a group of Ursus before, I said you dress like this. I think I got the emblem right. Looks a bit big. You come here just to mock my handiwork? So you control this place just because you're dressed up in a garment in famous Iranian? Let's get to the point, I don't have much time. You want to get this place up and running again? To start making medicine? Yes. If news got out that Iranian is running the place again? No. Things are more complicated than you know. We have all kinds of people here. I'm worn out breaking the daily fights between infected and uninfected. And you want to make infected medicine? You might as well blow the place up. It's hard to keep a balance between them. You're Iranian, aren't you? At least you claim to be. More or less. Who are your people? What else would they be? Homeless, infected, war refugees, people who have lost everything. We all need a roof over our heads. I first came here with a few that are infected. We found this ruin. Later more people came, including some less than honest folk. We don't take anyone else in anymore. I'm glad to see you, Iranian comrade. But I don't want to worry anyone here. Worry? As of conspiring with us to wipe out the uninfected in our midst. Whether or not it's just a pretext to get us to open our doors to you, we can trade supplies, but let's leave it at that. There are plenty of uninfected here, so I get what you're saying. I still think it would be a good idea to talk it over with your people before you come to a decision. As long as we can get back to making medicine here, we can come to a long-term agreement. No, thank you. Now, up with you. I was nice within. It was nice within you. If you want to take this place, you're welcome to it, as long as you can take it. I can see her expression behind the mask. Maybe she's just bluffing. Alright then. I turn around, nevertheless getting ready to leave. Hey, Iranian. Yes? Is Tallulah with your group? She is. Another Tallulah worshipper? Sure enough, she's our banner. That's her cage now too. I hear she has a nomadic city. Does the city of hers only take infected? If you haven't been infected, are you allowed to go there? I've heard from the passing caravans. I've heard it's a nice place. There's some people here in less than ideal positions. Refugees from the wilderness, orphans with a single relative. Talk of that Iranian city as everyone full of hope. But you only stand with infected, right? A city? There might be a misunderstanding here. Maze, do you know what they did? You tell them to do it. Have you gone mad? What are you talking about? Those idiots. He might have been a fighter in the war here. Something here to doom us all. We might be just a couple hours from the battalion of Sakas coming in here to wipe us out. What's going on? I was raining like Maze. It was you, your people, the infected that killed the Sakas in the warehouse. Barracks. He was infected too. He's going to explode, right? We need to deal with him. I'll take a look. Go quickly. You should be able to help. On the ground lies the corpse of a Sakas. I know this guy. Sakas who rode on a motorbike. He was a junk man going around selling stuff he took off the dead. He was clearly beaten to death, limbs twisted in unnatural ways. His hands are tied. He must have tried to break free judging by his bloody wrists. The gathered crowd is mostly silent. I feel a chill, leaving me briefly speechless. He's dead. Sakas aren't so strong. Here, the medicine he had on him, and some stale bread. The one who did the killing doesn't look well. He indifferently breaks off a piece of bread and hands it to someone beside him. He deserved it. Someone spits on the ground. One of them notices me approaching while chewing a piece of bread taken off the dead man. You're Iranian, aren't you? Maid never told us we could join you. Never told us how we could join you. I remain silent for a while, calming myself down. I lower his hand for him, spotting the original crystals growing on his arms. Why did you do it? Did he threaten you? Try to hurt you? Why? It additionally loses interest, stumbling over the nearby crate and taking a seat. When Sakas burned our farm and humiliated my daughter, did anyone ask why? He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a murderous devil from Kazal. He was just a wandering hawker selling his wares on the battlefield. He even helped you. What does he mean? Was he Iranian too? I am Iranian. You lot must know what it is Iranian fights for. Sure, you're fighting for all the infected. This man that you tortured to death, the one who never even got a chance to share his name, wasn't he an infected? But he was Sarkaz. Mercy and compassion cannot help the infected in a way that matters, but solidarity and strength can. Solidarity. Infected have no homeland. We share the same fate, the same sorrow. These people don't understand. They've never thought about it. But what about us? We're the veteran from Ursus on the team, treated infected from Casimir as well. Can Sancta infected coexist with Sarkaz? Even at Rhodes Island. What about the future? If we succeed one day, and the Emperor of Ursus vows to stop massacring the infected, if he agrees to grant them land and cities, in this beautiful, seemingly impossible future, will Reunion, or is infected, start killing each other? Will we fracture, collapse, and give them another chance to butcher us? Hey god, his corpse. It's glowing! He's about to disintegrate. I had no idea his condition was so serious. Did he really not leave any medicine for himself, trying to save money for some future that would not be his own? Get out of here, now! Maze, how do you process infected here? That room, the innermost one. Hurry, we have to throw him in here, in there. Damn it all! I need a second protection for the nose, mouth and wounds. Maze and I leave the Sarkaz corpse and kick open the door. Upon opening, my personal regional monitor started beeping incessantly. I never heard the alarm going so intensely before. Just how many infected were processed here? Every inch of the room is covered with a thick layer of original dust, crystal cluster forming the corners. Danger is not sufficient to describe the urgency of the situation. I don't know when things are going to get out of hand for this place, but putting disintegrating infected in there is definitely not a good idea. No good. Move! Move! What are you doing? Why is the body... There's too much original in here. How many infected have been processed in this room? It was years that have been processed in there. There's original dust in the air. The place won't survive violent disintegration. Get everyone out now. What? Don't you get it? The original environment here is extremely unstable. The place could blow at any minute. So we leave and go where? Everything out there is... There's no time. We're talking about Reunion here. They have an entire bloody nomadic city. Run, get them all moving. I've contacted some of our team on the outskirts. They'll take some of you in. There's some booze left in the distillery. If there's an explosion, the whole place is going with it. And that... Hey, Maze, where are you going? The woman dressed in a uniform is struggling with the machinery, the deepest depths of the workshop. What are you doing here? Help me pull that lever. Did you work here before? You're not infected. Thanks for not exposing me. Pull harder. Why did you get that Reunion outfit? This used to be Reunion base, and somebody died here. Don't test my patience. I didn't do anything. That's what they all say. I was a worker here. That Reunion lot took over the distillery. They needed hands to run the machines for them. And just a mercenary hired by the Lord attacked. And I ran. I'm not infected. Why should I die here with those Reunions? So why did you come back? Why? Because I had nowhere else to go, damn it! What other reason would I end up trading my life for a secret distillery? I'm not infected, but sometimes I feel like I'd rather be with Reunion. At least they have something to fight against. They have a purpose. Pull harder. It's stuck. First, open the switch for this unloading port. Reunion left behind a whole lot of material. Doctor says this was the cheapest painkiller formula. They were working on it for a long time till it released pain, but that's enough, right? With this, can I be a genuine part of Reunion? That is, I might be a home in your nomadic city? A nomadic city. I take a deep breath and throw out a kick. It makes me sore. The lever finally loosens. The machine comes to life. The giant hopper tilts to one side that falls out with countless petals. She hurriedly picks up the herbs scattered across the ground, carefully piles them in her arms. If I don't consider where exactly I am, I feel like this could be a beautiful sight. Just like that city. We don't have a city. The Reunions guys all say, well, I mean, Medic City, you know, where people without a home, people with nowhere to go, the infected across the world are growing more and more numerous. It's not that the disease become more virulent, it's that the world is becoming more cruel. The great worthies have so much to say about the modern era we live in, an unprecedented era of high-speed battleships, the big cities of industry. How enlightened our era is, how tragic our era is. Stand together. Can the infected really stand together naturally? Who do we stand with? It's just infected. At Nordic City we're dreaming of, does it have a place for them? Is a city enough to accommodate everything? Take the herbs, we need to leave. There is no application to join Reunion. If you're willing to fight side by side with us, you're already Reunion. We're not infected. Instead, Annie is infected who wants to resist. And besides, I need you to help me figure out who killed that Sarkaz man. They need to be punished. Now come on, let's go. We make our way quickly through the gigantic tanks. Some places have already started collapsing. The air is full of the pungent scent of alcohol, with smoke floating in from somewhere. This workshop, where the Victorian Reunion began, is about to go up in flames. We're almost there, quickly now. The wave of intense heat hit. May struggles to stay standing. The herbs in her arms are lifted by the hot air. Above our heads roars the sound of buckling metal. Alright, I push her away, then I jump with all my strength and get out of the petals. I collapse. It's hot. The sun is burning. I'm burning. That's the exit. A few steps further. But they're watching behind me. His eyes. Are they judging me? Or just judging my insignificant death? What do you expect of me? I can't think about it. I can't. Maybe I'll let them down with their death. They should hope for a more meaningful end for me. I don't know, dying on the steps of a palace in Deity Grethelberg. Anyway, not here. Not dying for an uninfected woman I just met, holding some broken petal in my arms. How could I fed them here? But I still need to feed them. Take them and go. The exit is right ahead. Don't lose them this time. I might have crushed some of the petals. Give them to a woman named Nine. She knows what to do. Don't dawdle. Move. It's hot. It burns. I remember the afternoon when I first learned I had neuropathy. What was it exactly that caused my infection? I still don't actually know. Maybe it was the time I fell in the river and something scratched my leg. Might have been an active iridium crystal instead of a rock. Maybe it was the dust I inhaled in the mines. Maybe it was industrial waste from the factories. Maybe. When I got home, the smell of smoke in the room hadn't dissipated. My luggage was packed and placed on the table where we usually ate together. I found a salt lake, but I wasn't lucky. Maybe I chose the wrong place. There was no boat this time. I rolled out to the Rhodes Island operator who came over and talked to me when I was sitting by the lake. 9, Red Percival Tyler. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'll be burnt to cinder by the time you find me, but I hope this recorder survives. You ask, are we fighting for all infected? Whether the despicable upper class or even royalty, are the people we unite with the people we want to fight alongside? Only the infected? Only them? Oui. Okay, let's go.
行きましょう。
ドクター、ここ奴らが今回の殲滅対象か。どっちが獲物かここで分からせてやる。
聞いてるけど絶望の匂いまでカムフラージュできないわ。
先に沈黙を破った方臆病者さ。遺言の伝達断る。うわ、みんな
Oh, this guy. Okay.
これ以上は進ませません。どこに向かう？ウォーミングアップはここまでだ。
あまりまた恐怖を隠せない。
これで静かになってくれる。指定の位置に向かう。私に任せて。弓の準備はできてるよ。うわ、本気で行くよ。私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。
どうすれば足元を見てみなさい。
私の庭からとっとと出ていけ。
Okay, we got rid of pretty much all the crystals. So at least that's that.
視界良好。このリズムは今にぴったり。行くよ。私に指図するな。言われなくてもこれかもな。遺言の伝達
Shit.
断る。
Just when I deploy Sutter, like have her power ready, these guys move.
どうすればいい恐怖を隠せないわ。
指定の位置に向かう。私に指図するな。ターゲットは誰？これで静かになって。
The slash when she arrives still deals a tiny bit of damage, but yeah, this should be complicated now. Well, there's no blood spike for now, so or whatever it's, I don't know how to call that, but yeah, there's none of them for now, so it's not too bad.
私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。
どうすればいい足元を見てみなさい。
ビクトリアのバグパイプ波状棒とともにマイル。ご指示を。思考を明晰にするは戦術。ご指示を。私に出会ったのが運の尽きだ。
Okay, finally.
指定の位置に向かう。私に任せて。ノリノリの曲で行くよ。
余人がその目を曇らせる。
ターゲットは誰？
Okay, now we're good.
指
あまり混ぜ絶望の匂いなどカムフラージュできないわ。
さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。悪くない場所だ。言われなくても死ね。
When I was still in the LGD, I used to spend my afternoons going around the city. Is it 9 that we're following now? Because I don't see anyone else who would be in the LGD. I knew very well my duty, what I was expected to fight against. We wielded law and order as our weapons to curb chaos, resolve disputes, fight crimes and right wrongs. But then I thought people were just so easily corruptible. All of us are born pure and without flaw, but evil creeps in with edge, like how mold corrodes every branch and leaf on that plant. I used to think this land could be rid of evil, if we were strong enough, selfless enough. I had that belief until I became infected, until I went to Longman's slums. I realized that justice is even weaker than men are. When mutated plants grow from dirty soil, are the flowers in the greenhouse qualified to critique their twisted forms? Do they have the authority to cut off their branches? There is no way we can talk about the same kind of justice until we share the same soil. Hurry, get everyone out of the building and as far away as possible. My stuff's inside, so my family has... What stuff? Pillows and mattress, the last one belonging I took from home. Are you mad? Follow me to the back where it's safe. You haven't gotten infected yet, right? Better count yourself lucky for that. Crowd's so chaotic. There's so many people running out from where we don't know who's infected and who isn't. And there might even be some wanted fugitives among them. You don't know where they even came from. And it's fire, we're not far from the battlefield. Who knows what kind of attention it will attract. We could leave right now, we're not responsible for this fire. 9, make your decision. People are screaming, crying, falling into the mud, and crawling back up to their feet. The fire burns rosy red behind them. It was infected who started the fire. Some infected exploded, so that distillery... What's that got to do with us? Wasn't it you lot who brought that sarcasm here? Not us. Instead because of you infected, we could have hidden here for so much longer if it weren't for you. What the bloody hell did you just say? Did you already forget who took you all in? You dare strike me? Enough. Incessant bickering. Endless verbal abuse. If you don't want to move, I can send you back into the fire. Rinian, you and Maze are the same gang. If it weren't for the infected, if it weren't for you infected, and what if we weren't infected? Open your eyes, we're not the ones who caused you to lose everything you owned and make you huddle together an abandoned distillery with nothing but a clot on your back. We're not different except for the stones in our bodies. We had everything taken from us by this disease, but you haven't experienced how hard it gets, and yet here you are, the same wretched plight as us. What do you know? Ever had a finger chewed off by a machine at the assembly line? Been thrown out of the factory? Had your house burned down by some lord? You yell about injustices you suffer, but you're not the only ones who live in fair lives. The Viscount who burned down my home. Everyone says his son actually has neuropathy, but so what? A bigwig like him can just send his son to a fancy hospital in Colombia. But us? Me? He burned down my house with my 2 children inside it. Just because I couldn't pay my taxes. Just because I talked back to him. And no one dares to care because he's high and mighty while I'm disabled and poor. You're not the only one enslaved by your fates. So why does it seem like you're the only ones connected to his stand to his buddies so brazenly and even kill them? Why? Because we don't want to remain enslaved by those chains. No one ever said you couldn't fight against it. There's no way I could do that. I don't have your original arts. Don't make excuses for yourself. It's not like every infected comes with powerful arts. 9. Well, they're grouping up. We're evacuating. Tell Red to bring a few of his men to monitor our surroundings. The battlefronts near us are currently at the deadlock, so the warring parties might be unable to spare any manpower to inspect the distant fire. Percival, help me calm down the people who just escaped, and get their names as you examine and provide medical treatment. We'll stay here for one more day at most, to be safe. I got it. I'll help him familiar with burn and respiratory blockage. Oh, we haven't been able to contact Guard yet either. We're not sure if he made it out. Don't worry, I'll find him. We both made it out of Chernobyl after all. 9. The concentration of radium dust particles. I was already rushing towards the burning distillery. I've entered a scene like this before back in Lungmen multiple times. As an LGD officer and as a slum resident. Fire means loss and also destruction. I always see tears falling upon charred remains. Sometimes they're from infected, other times they're regular citizens. And at moments like these, rumor is spread through the spectating crowd. A casualty were a few infected, or perhaps they were regular citizens. Maybe it was an infected exacting revenge on his neighbors who had harassed him, or maybe his uninfected neighbors were fed up with all the sick people hiding just next door. But no one has ever questioned why fire uptown are extinguished as soon as possible, while the big blazes that destroy several buildings and cause an unclear number of casualties always happen in the slums. I burst through the distillery's doors, and I witnessed a portion of the building fiercely collapsing not far from the exit. A single hand extended from the metal and debris, holding onto Guard's recorder. Are the people we unite with, the people we want to fight alongside? Only the infected, only them. We infected are just a combination of all the decay there is. We get out one because of our shared experience. But what unites us is not just disease. Let's say we meet a noble using his power to exploit the people. How would we treat him? If he was actually infected? We can't use our infection as our sole criterion and slogan. Our companions must share the same belief. We will not only retaliate against the humiliation we suffered, but also liberate the same people who have caused us the pain. We're not the only ones enslaved across the land, so we should stand with them together. We need to get them to stand with us. We can't just fight against disease. What should we actually be fighting against? What are we building here? Many years ago, when I had just become infected, I really loved drinking. Back then, Ace warned me that if I carried on with that hobby of mine, I'd die with my drink someday. And here I am, in a distillery. I said I was not going to cry! Ah, shit. They really killed God just like that. When you think about it, the guy comes a long way. Like, he was saved by Ace? Ace or Scout? I think he was saved by Ace in Chernobyl against Talula. Then, guy escapes. He ends up joining reunions because he saw all the suffering. And we see him when we come back to Chernobyl. And like, you can see it's a good guy. And he joins 9, and there's all this, and he just dies like that in the distillery collapsing. And as his coda, and you have 9 replaying it, like, it feels so sad. Shit. Playing so many times now, I know. Tara, I've been wondering, we did manage to build a city of infected, what would it look like? I'm sure it wouldn't be a hospice at its core. I would do in cities, wait for everything to be covered in blanket dealing original deaths, for our deaths to come one by one. Yes, we can just wait for our ends to come like this. 9 Terra, what is it? I'm thinking of leaving your group for a bit. Yesterday I met some people among the refugees who escaped from Londinium. They mentioned some matters I'm very concerned about. That maybe someone I've been seeking this whole time is still hiding in there. So I'll be heading over. Londinium isn't safe at all right now. I think Terra already told you about me. You're long-lived. Yes, there's no way for me to die. I've become more and more sick of this reality of mine. You want to kill yourself? How did you get your longevity in the first place? Longevity, huh? How did I first come to realize the joke that fate played on me? Had my share of happy days too. I came to know the one and only wife I've had children and family, devoted my heart and soul to original art research. Of course I was primarily focused on my studies. My children grew up while we grew old. Everything was going as natural as my thing. Until my wife died in an accident, war broke out, and I was forced to leave my children. I suddenly realized in the years I spent as a refugee that I hadn't changed at all. The Emperor started a war, a king has hanged years later, and then the Duke's conspiracies came to light after the Sarkas. I didn't change a single bit in all those years until today. I have nightmares every day, and in them I hear a voice I don't recognize. Or it's a very voice I recognize calling out to me together. Pain makes you live forever, and only happiness can kill you. Actually, I was already aware of this early on. But what can I even do to feel happiness and relief? Especially after witnessing death after death and experiencing tragedy after tragedy. We're in an era of suffering and despair, so I should go look for those hiding behind the curtains. I have no right to make you stay. There's no need to say your goodbyes so quickly. If you wish to return to the next war, you might not have to go our separate ways. That's so. I thought you were return to Columbia after getting up in the hands. Running to another place will never put a stop to anything. Fair enough. Perhaps the foes we're facing are fundamentally similar. Also, leave a bouquet of flowers for God on my behalf. I will. I'm fine. I just got some smoke in my eyes, yeah. I have smoke in my eyes too, Percival. Me too. We're done registering the third batch of infected. And all 7 of them have gotten medicine from this workshop before. So many infected used to gather and live in a tiny village near this forest workshop. The workshop was destroyed, most of them left or died. The sun still remained close by. We were all drawn here by the huge blaze. Indeed. I look at the petal given to me by the person they called Maze. The Ruin Doctor here spends their life here for these herbs, and according to her, God also died for them. I recognize most of these plants. Infected used to chew them for pain relief before modern pharmaceutical companies were a thing. But the effectiveness of our crude drugs can improve by referencing these, even just by a little. We can't simply wait for our end, watch ourselves wither away. There's more work to be done. God, we didn't manage to clean conclusion in our last discussion, but I have to make a decision on my own now. Yeah, 9. Sorry. We want to hold the farewell rite for God, and it won't take much time to do so. Right. A mix of flowers bloom here. Alright, she has this power. That's true. The enormous blaze burns through the night. We finally abandon our efforts to recover God's body. Red finds a beautiful sturdy tree, its trunk perfectly pointing up toward the sky. He digs a hole and buries a cute towel of guards in it. Flowers grow around the freshly dug soil. For a pattern that towel were too crude, a garden like this suits him better. I'm done questioning everyone that came out of the workshop. The Sarkas who died in the underground warehouse, the one who rode the motorbike, he was murdered by a few infected Victorians. They were driven out by their homes by the Sarkas. Some of them lost their loved ones too, and they felt rightfully furious, and I calmed them down a little. What's the plan? Back in Earth, everyone used to think it was through the power of unity that we managed to fight together with patrol units, taxmen, and mine guards. It wasn't the case. We simply had no choice left to break the knife pointed at our throats. Reunion used to act on our enmity, but our target of hate have both become increasingly vague and broad. The infected have no homeland, no identity, no bloodline. We can't just carry on with our provocative slogan. We need to set clear guidelines and principles. God and I discussed about this before. He said to ignore the infected position of power because they still enjoy exploiting others, the authority and see this only as a tool. And that we should also grant the same kind of liberation to any oppressed people, not just our sick brethren. Because they can fight alongside us, and we'll need the strength to put up a fight. Chernobyl has taught us enough. He was always thinking so much about this, I thought he could really take us to achieve some great feats. He will, even if he's dead. He merely died when he was still seen as insignificant and deplorable. What about those murderers? People who violently went on vengeance and provoked cannot join us. It was war that turned them to brutality, even though they were just Victorian before. If we let this slide, what will happen to our group next? Assigned Colombian, Victorian, Lithuanian, Feline, Perot, Liberi, Caprine, Sarkaz. Power should be distinctly directed toward a common goal that become cracked resentment that give others a chance to dismantle us from within. But Rokasti and Ursus should have taught us this lesson. They will be banished. They will have to find their own path by themselves. Reunion will make sure of it. Understand? I will do that to everyone and handle those murderers too. Terra is an infected I used to know, who comes from an eminent lineage and a distinguished position, but you throw it all away in her quest for fairness. You know her. Everyone here has heard of your ideas. Reunion's earliest vision, exaggerated, distorted. What we want is not a nomadic city for the infected. What we want is to send a message to all the aristocrats and oppressors, those trying to divide, suppress and eliminate us. The blade so despised hangs high above their necks. Our goodbyes have already been said. Since the first, not will it be the last. Let's go. Our work in Victoria isn't done yet. Damn, this one will take a long way. A holder, huh? Since the scrap will also left tighten defenses around that cave. W and her bombs helped us get out once, but it may not work a second time. We haven't been able to get close again. I'm sure drifting bones haven't returned yet. That is, I was sure until we all had the same dream. The ash-bleached city engulfed in flames, the shattered walls, charred corpses piled in every corner. The city did not leave the dream until we opened our eyes. The flames trampled every settlement, every clan. The place we called castle no longer exists. Only fire and rain remains. The despairing giants knelt down and wept. A king of Sarkaz is dead. The king killed the king. Why? This should not be. Our city, castle. This would be a curse engraved upon the crown. This would be the beginning of the end of all. That Fernmouth has returned. Tomorrow morning the attack begins. Siege and her exemplar will be responsible for the perimeter. Us, Rhodes Island Rabbit, the Banshee have to get deep into the way station. What did old bitch calls it? She's sending us on suicide mission without making so much of a cameo appearance. Oh, W. Her injuries have not yet healed. Ascan will look after her and the doctor. They will stay behind. Rhodes Island recently came under Confessarius attack. They are trying to take the bunny's crown. Huh, the crown. Holder You didn't tell me didn't tell the Victorians the truth. If your plan works and we go back to Castle, what are you gonna do? Even your new Victorian friends are probably not gonna be okay with you bundling war criminals and with Sarkaz caught in with the war, sorry. Don't tell me you vowed to bring the Sarkaz home but never thought through this little problem. Like, what are you gonna head off to? How are you gonna head off to teach a class on historical reflection to this bunch of grunts dragged off the battlefield in that Castle basement university? No, maybe I'll start a literacy class here. Make sure future Sarkaz have fewer illiterates like W here. Huh? Do my ear deceive me? Did Horror actually make a joke out of Inez's words on such a serious topic? What happened? Did sucking onto General Manfred teach you a little emotional intelligence? Huh. Was over, back to Kaza, real funny. We're actually fantasizing about this stuff here. We are mercs, that's all we're gonna be. You're such a lovely Caprine, Ines. Maybe you could run off to Letanian and become a governess for some hoity-toity nobles in a big tall tower. You could teach, let me think, how to keep your hair nice and silky in a war zone. How's that sound? Not interested. What are you daydreaming about? The battle's about to start. No, I just... Inez's gaze shifts down to my feet ever so slightly. She's looking at my shadow again. What is she showing? I know myself, I'm rarely so calm before enough. Calm gives me a chance to think about all sorts of things. A few trivial things. I remember you said you wanted to open a shop in Castle, but I didn't have a place with fans stolen good at the time. Oh yeah. How about we use the first round of tuition from my literacy class for your startup capital? I doubt that class gonna earn you much. On the other hand, kidnapping a Lathan governess could fetch a decent ransom. Gotta be at least as much as 10 mercs heads. Let's talk about it when we make it home for real. Yeah. You might instead have me rowing, if you can really handle the information. The illusions of the art circles drive you mad. Maybe I did. In some extreme calm, the strange unease irritate my heart, causing irritation. Amidst my own surprising thoughts, I find a reason for anxiety. I'm worried they won't accept me because of some of my ideas. I have to speak, the arrow is knocked. Pay no attention to this mopey idiot. Time waits for no man. Once we set the vampire behead Theresis, then you two can head back on Castle and talk over all the inter-decorating plans for your love nest. Theresis. I've been thinking about this for a while, W. You may not like what I'm about to say, but I still have to say it. Ha! Throwing cold water on me before the fight? Pretty much. We can't kill Theresis. At least not right here and now. It can't be the Sarkaz executing him. And it's alright. This illusion did scramble your brains. Killing him means no Castle. Whether now, or a good long after the war, he has to be recalled as a regent, and even praised by some. Are you out of your mind? I don't feel like joking about this. I still need to stop the war and I haven't changed my mind. But Theris has taken his place as a cornerstone of Sarkaz's future. Casdale won't survive another split in this war. It can end with another Sarkaz betrayal, with another Sarkaz civil war. Remember the plan I was talking about before? We need the Sarkaz here to pull out Victoria before everyone hears about his death. Once everyone knows Sarkaz have failed, then the threat of Theris is gone. What happens then? The Dukes will slaughter every last Sarkaz in Victoria without mercy. The revenge killings will spread to other countries in Centrum, and all civilization will have a justifiable excuse to exterminate the Sarkaz. They put together a coalition just unreasonable, swift, and decisive to divide up all of the Serdas and Serdas legacies. Can't you picture that? To be honest, I don't give a shit about any consequences of Theris dying. All I'm here for is the part where he dies! Coalitions? Slaughtered Sarkaz? When they're doing that already? That Theris is dying mean all the devil are just gonna lose their will to fight back? Ha, no way, I don't buy that. He sent the assassins to kill Theresa, declare himself king, and dragged all of us into the mess we're in today. We don't need to sacrifice ourselves for his castle, for his... Don't think you can keep yourself out of it, W. I thought I was gonna really let her have it, really turn to W, this sad woman. Do you think of yourself as nothing more than a merc? How many people have you brought? From Rainion to where we stand now, how many sagas have you gathered? You're carrying their lives on your shoulders. I don't fucking care! But W is wavering. I know her too well. It's not like she hasn't thought about it. She isn't a caring leader at all. Looking at it objectively, a whole lot of merc have stepped up to follow this mad woman. You have to care. You think I can just keep on killing people, keep on burying bombs in the dirt. You're leading the sagas now. You have to think about how to deal with their hopes and dreams. You have to think through what their lives mean to you. But Shouldn't the Theresis? Don't forget the Theresa too. So from all perspectives, where all we can be is their successors, their inheritors of their ideals. Two of them. They're the reason sagas could come together in the first place. That's not the real Theresa. That's a fake Theresa that cooked up. He can't fool me. W. Look at yourself. Who do you think you are? You couldn't accept Theresa's death. You're stuck in the shadow of Babel. Like, shut up. You think Emiya's walking ahead of you. You think she's Theresa's handpicked successor. But the King of Saka should be thinking about this stuff. Look at her and see another Theresa. You think all you need to do is follow the king. Shut up! Are you trying to gross me out? You think you don't deserve to inherit anything. What kind of joke is this? You think get me? You're my mentor now, you're gonna raise me, teach me, huh, Hodder? You're just a merc, not much higher on the ladder than me. So you're so deluded you can stand up and call yourself a successor of whatever. Ah, it's so gross. Little bunny, I'm gonna follow her. She was in the right place at the right time to be chosen. Chosen by Theresa to become the leader of Rhodes Island, who stopped Rainion and Tallulah, who broke her way into Londinium today. So what about you, W? What exactly does Theresa mean to you? Some distant ethereal symbol who once gave you a place to stay, one specific flesh and blood royal, or the path she stood for? Aye. For this land to fall into peaceful slumber. Huh. So that's why I say she's a fake. Inez, how have you managed to hold back from killing him for this long? Well, I'm not deluding myself most of the time. Ah, spare me. Whatever, Hodder. I know what I have to do, and I'm not going to kill you to shake up morale this time. You should be kissing my feet. But is that sword of yours good? We've got a war tomorrow. She ran off again. Do you really think she could be a decent leader? She's organized a whole lot of mercs. Are they really mercs though? How much money does W have to hire them? How much does she earn for them with the things she does? Alright then, why are they following her? No matter what she says, whether it's revenge for Theresa hunting down the assassin or randomly bombing her way across the land, she's definitely walked her path. The ones who follow her really are sad. But people forget how young she is. She's got a lot of room for improvement. Can hope. Also, the startup capital for your shop. Not a joke. I know. The Exemplars is fully equipped. Some London Self-Salvation Corps volunteer to join the team. Turning up the remnant of various ducal forces, gathered refugees who want to join the fight in his military men from the Salvation Corps with the strength to roll 6 of 7 platoons. Siege. With best when establish the military structure of the Exemplars, appointing officers such as our chain of command can Let him cheers. This team is not a true military unit. It is not a Victorian army. True, we have some soldiers, but aside from you and the remnant of Duke Windermere's forces, led by Delphine, the rest are ordinary folk who want to fight. Workers, farmers, merchants, and of course street ruffians. Should we forcibly incorporate them to one of two combat units, arm them, subordinate them officer? What is the difference between us and the dukes? The example has a fine name, but it should bring the people nothing but hope. Or, to speak less grandly, it should bring the people something intangible, the likes of which a duke's high-speed battleship can bring. Which is to say, the exemplar should not be a heroic force, captained by the heir to the throne wielding the ring blade. I'm rather repulsed by such titles. And how are we to organize our combat operations? Speaking of combat operations, a considerable portion of our team has not undergone any regular military training. When in Londinum, do as the Londoners do. Just as we did in Shetleg, just as the Self-Sufficient Corps did in Londinum. We're killing Osakas in our familiar ways, with our familiar fan. No offense, Sakas. None taken, no harm done. The ritual has been terminated, but the blessing bestowed on Saka's blood has not completely gone with it. Over Londinum Way, ancient Saka's ancient witchcraft stirs, our mortal enemy operates with an unknown purpose, but the agencies revealed present an opportunity for a breakthrough. We'll be extra cautious. Then, let's snatch that bone back. Plan was a success. The Victorian attack did distract a portion of the forces here. We're in and it's here. You! I was Sakas from last time. How did you... Is this a joint attack with the Victorians? Sorry. No time to chat. Kill the traitors! Kill the Sarkas traitors! Ursula isn't here to welcome us. Logos guessed right. Looks like she's too busy. Huh! You didn't let me come in last time. This sucker's huge! Can I blow it into two halves? No. Stay with the team. Get onto its spine and seize its operator. Amia? Yes, I feel it. He's here. I follow the bench's gaze to the shadow cast on the rock. A hint of blood invades my nostrils. Does the skeleton have veins? Someone speaks your mind. I wonder if we'll fight the Sanguinarch itself in like in gameplay, I mean. Wait. It should be better to stop them before they reach this place. Ah, shit. Okay, he's not stopping in front of it at least. I think I'll put it here for later. I don't know exactly how things will go, so... Okay, now she can shoot this thing again. See up into where it goes. Okay, not that far.
どうすれば絶望の匂いまではカムフラージュできない。
Ah, shit. Oh, Ursula. Livebone commander, capable of giving blood-cutting altars ability to produce blood ember when defeated. Will return to the blood-cutting altar and revive for a short period of time. So we really need to get rid of the altar. There's no choice. Okay.
さっさと片付ければ楽に。悪くない場所だ。私に指図するこれかもな。頼みは私の庭からとっとと出ていけ。
Okay, we need to make someone retreat to make this thing go forward. Oh, yeah, it was the first one was Surtur. Okay. Okay, we're good on that. Ines.
誰を餌にするか、誰かに気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。光がこの地を守り抜く。
She's the last one, actually.
どうすればいいかくらいわかるわ。私に命令しない。準備完了。心配しないで。
Okay, Zalta is gone. Yeah, she's a mini boss. I just say. I still like her design.
Mission accomplished. 私の矢が放たれる。サーミの雪が真っ黒に染まるまでの猶予、わずかに生まれるだろう。
Okay, there's one at the top and one at the bottom. So you have to choose where to focus our efforts, I suppose. Throw out your chest. Oh, these guys. Oh no. Oh no. I could push them into the void with someone though, if I restart the map. Okay,
これ以上は進ませません。
どっちがいいのか、ここで分からせておけ。
こっち向け。
決断を下す私の庭からとっとと出ていけ。わあ、みんなこっち来て。
聞いてるけど。足の
hello Nico, welcome to the stream.
これが何も起きたいな。
Yeah, Tiger Manolara, that's a good way to put it. A good way to sum it up. Okay, that's one altar gone.
ご指示思考を明晰にするは戦術。視界良好。このリズムは今にぴったり。
Here we go. Both altars are gone. Oh, Ursula. Hello again. How are you, my dear?
慣れ親しんだ戦場だ。
これが戦場というものね。ターゲットは誰？頼みはな。先に沈黙を破った方こそ臆病な。
余人はその目を曇らせる。
This stage was pretty easy. Like, now the altar are gone like so early. I'm good. Ursula is not really a threat. Oh wait, where are you going? Where are you guys going like that?
あまり待たせないで。遺言の伝達断る。指定の位置に向かう。
Okay, we're good. That scared me for a bit when they all went that way.
ご指示を。視界良好。強化しろ。
There's one more guy that will spawn after that.
弓の準備ができてるよ。
Where and what? It's taking a long time before it spawns, so I'm a bit worried. Would it be like some kind of boss? No, it's just these guys, okay. I was running for nothing.
待ってくれる。
Whoops.
ここでは何も起きている。
Okay. Oh! Leto! We didn't see him for a while. I'd rather have a drawer specifically for collecting medals. The medal I received when graduating from Sea Military College, the 15-year service medal from Defense Forces, the London Freedom Medal awarded by the City Hall 4 years ago, after cooling the chaos in the city. Deep in the drawer remain of previous order passed down from my family, the emblem of the Vieux Vanguard, a piece of brick from Lingonus, and a golden cap awarded by His Admiralty Corsica 1. The cap is not split in two pieces, and the etching of the top are clear. However, I remember the layout of each pattern, the expression of each relief figure. It is all that my parents, uncle, and aunt, all that they hoped for. The glory of gold, a glory that cannot be denied, and would never fade. The cap is quite weighty. You should be able to sell for a good price. The market for goldish pieces has been brisk. Even if you just melt the thing and sell it as raw gold, it should be enough for you to easily buy an apartment to find a spot in any city. Okay. Here's a key to my home, keep it. The things are in the wardrobe. Pick a place and start over. Forget everything that happened in the past year. Call it a fleeting nightmare. Sir, it was you who saved me when the Sarkas were chasing me. You hid me in the Defense Forces office. I should be thanking you. I'm no longer a member of the forces or your good compatriot. You don't have to. Take it. If you find anything else in the house you like, it's yours. So memories mean little to me anymore. You don't want to hide here for a while yet, until the situation stabilizes. The military commission has disarmed the defense forces. It stands now, you're no different from the victor and the civilians to the Sarkas. Our comrades are still outside. Some of them are unsettled. I want to save them all. They've all been captured. I handed them over to the military commission myself. You what? The anger in his eyes deflate before I can reach a peak. Coward evaluated as much as the past. He may have had some courage in battle, but ultimately he's a coward. He survives here with me in ignominy. He can be compared to warriors who resist Sarkas. Could never compare. Could I? I don't care. Okay. So what are you going to do next? Me? The Sanguinarch vampires have been waiting for me for some time. Stay here. Wait until it's all done before you go. If you want to leave, you'd best pray that even when you open the door, the cheering you hear is Victorians and not the devils. Cheering Victorians, the first thing that comes to my mind is, surprisingly, that Victoria will win. No, it's really just a forced habit, naturally. I hope that Theodis will win. As a prerequisite to him restoring Gaul. All my sacrifices, all my betrayals, all my unforgivable sin were enacted in the service of Gaul. Yes, of course I serve Gaul. I hope. Groups of people led out by Sarka's forces heading to the city walls in distance. Sarka intends to fortify Londinium, and I'm afraid the final battle lies right before us. Do they plan to defend the Victorian capital? Perhaps. Some of the men cast resentful glances at me. I know them. We once shared a toast. No one stops me. Sarkas don't care where I'm going. Even if you open the door for a caged foul beast, where can it fly? René Leto? I didn't expect to encounter you like this. This may be a good sign, at least you haven't been executed by the Sarkas. Do you have time to chat? I know you, Clovis, as a little leader of a self-salvation corps, yes? We've cleared out all your bases. The remaining forces should have all fled Londinium. Why are you still here? Some of the thanks go to defense forces, and some go to Castor for keeping her promise. Her Trilby Ash did indeed ensure the smooth evacuation of Self-Salvation Corps. The Duke of Castor. I guess it's your identity a long time ago, but now, no matter which of the dukes you're vassal puppet of, I no longer care. I may not know how capable you really are, but Londinium, as she stands, is no place for a rebellious child to be wandering around. Go back to your hiding place. Treasure the fact that the Sarkas have not caught you yet. I'll pretend I never saw you. Leto. You've been cowering in Londinium for long enough. After losing contact with the Self-Salvation Corps, I quickly found a new objective to work on within Londinium. We were betrayed too, and I don't even know who the traitors were. But I don't have the time to dwell on that. The situation within the city far surpasses our standing in a nomadic city under occupation. What's happening now is something you won't find in the history books, sorry. And a bit on anyone. Have you seen that what's going on outside the city? I've seen Sarka's art circle, the red light in the sky, the war machines that have many forms, things unlike the military equipment of any ordinary nation. I've seen Hexcrafter floating in midair, seizing control of the skies, forcing drone and art alike to fail. I used to think the description of Sarka's military, the so-called Narter, were old tales. Literary embellishment for horror's sake. I don't think that anymore. When death itself opens its door, what man-made hell do we face? And what are the dukes? The ducal armies, they're resilient, grand, but they stand at the horizon, out of reach. I suppose you may be feeling guilt, and melancholy perhaps mixed with a dash of pride. You ponder the cruel choices you've made, but your mission is now accomplished. I guess you propose a deal to Theresis regarding nomadic cities that once belonged to Gaul. Londinium is too small. She can't contain Sarka's ambition. He's simply using this place to provoke his expansionist lust of Terra. Wait, I missed the end of the sentence. But the lust of Terra's other powers, okay. You honestly believe he cares at all about your goal. Londinium's fully complete, but you are no fool, you see it. The military commission of Castle has no intention of occupying Victoria. Correct, I'm no fool. I never once placed my hope in Theresis keeping his word. And yet he still had a hand in so many tragedies. Are you trying to create an opportunity like what the Sarkas are doing for Castle? Perhaps this war will exhaust the ducal militaries, making space for the ghost of Gaul to return to the land of the living. The question is, do you actually believe that, René Leto? What else can I believe in? I've admitted my weakness. Do you need me to admit my stupidity, my despair, my irrelevance? What do you want from me? Cooperation. A self-sufficient corpse, those resisting sarcasm, those struggling for survival among Victoria's nonsensical nobility. They all still have a chance. And at which you seek your so-called goal may also exist within that chance. Goal, oh goal. It seems you're willing to fight. For a person like you, the dusty rubble is a platform from which to grab the next ledge. For you, those like you, for the military commission, they are strong enough to subvert a nation to change the course of history, not to mention manipulate the fate of those two men like me. And after the self-pity, there is still much we can do before hell descends upon us. Whether you consider this a form of atonement or the beginning of a new struggle doesn't matter to me. But Leto, I hope we can... Now then, oh great one, can you tell me how I might save myself? There it is, you haven't a clue yourself. Let me by. You really won't turn back. I won't. I can't say I wish you well. Your hands are stained with the blood of so many, with the blood of my friends, and you carry on with such despicable decision. Renee Leto. That will do then. Run on now, the Sarkas are coming. I still have to say my goodbye. C'est l'Ingon. Baigne nos yeux de larmes. Le champ de bataille est chargé d'amertume et de peine. Mais ce jour viendra, c'est certain, pour juger à mort les agresseurs. A vieux vanguard living in the city. What is the first thing to come to my mind in this moment? Name, rank, unit. Your button is pressing at my waist rather harshly, sir. Fermez-la! So, fermez-la just means shut up. Name, rank, units, soldat. Lingonus Youth Vanguard. 2e régiment de la garde sautante. Caporal Leto. La garde sautante? Guards don't just mean jumping guard. Like what? My unit? Yes, your unit. I've never seen you before. You have, you've just forgotten, sir. Have I? L'Empereur, Sa Majesté. He ordered me to recover here. I want to know what's happening on the front line. The Emperor, His Majesty. Oh! The wicked Witch King. Did our fleet destroy him? I saw it on television, the Victorian Duke with a great big huge beard. His army. They wish to betray Sa Majesty, our great Emperor. They will stab him in the back too. Sir, Londinium has fallen. C'est bien, good. I'll be promoted to the Vieux Vanguard. You, it's not your time yet, you still need to prove yourself. He's nearly 90 years old. He's been not entirely there for quite some time, forgetting nearly everything. For decades, his mind has remained the golden age when the Gaulish man John Cossack has won march into Latanian. The nurse has always said he has only a year to live, but he's still here. He has lived to see gold become history. He's lived to London teetering the edge of her grave. Before I left Defense Forces, I issued one last order to guarantee the safety of his sanatorium. This is the only thing I did for myself in my entire long service of forces. I brought you a Reims champagne from Lunigan. What? Wait. What? Wait, why would you call this champagne Reims champagne from Ligonus? Like, it's called Reims champagne because it's from the city, from the town Champagne, the town Reims. What? I'm having fun. Some French in Arknights. Like, it makes no sense when you think about it. Why would you call it that? Why? You could bring them so many more, like so many different alcohol that would work without like the name of a city. Fine drink couple. Seligon ben les yeux de l'âme, chant de bataille, la matinée de peine pour juger mort les agresseurs. When you sing that song, it's as if you had never had any pain, as if you never aged a day. Notre drapeau sera toujours glorieux. I've never seen Lingonus. You told me again and again about these magnificent halls, the flourishing road networks. Do you remember Golding, the girl who visited you with me so many years ago? She's dead. She died for this cruel, unshakable, blood-stained world. Wait, Golding is dead? Oh yes, the Damasti cluster killed her, if I remember correctly. I'm one of the murderers responsible for it all. I don't know what to feel for her, but she's gone. She's at my side. She'll certainly never see me anymore. I'm frightened, sir. A girl called Amia says that all I've done was done out of cowardice. I once confessed to Golding that my only goal was to survive the ruin to come. I still hope. And if she just protects, I still hope that from the ruins, a new Gaulish man will rise. No, that's not it. I wish Golding could keep on teaching the children under the sunshine among the fragrance of the flowers. Her persistence was truly beautiful. But me, I'm the one who, I've done all I can, sir. It's tiring. Do I think we still have a future? He'd fallen asleep minutes ago, right then. I draw my saber, a sword that once belonged to a Gaulish man. I think it might be better to let him remain in that dream before Sakas falls their way in. At least it will be a splendid dream. But me, the speckled man that I am, dare not reach out to pollute. The blood of the aged youth vanguard splatters my hands. The Prince of Blood himself, the Sanguinarch of vampires, looks silently at the extravagant decor of Victorian palace. The expression of his face could be described as serene. You came, Leto. Here I thought you'd find somewhere to hide. No, of course not. I was always going to come to find your highness. You seem spirited today. I'm pleased. Ever since that old college teacher of yours died, you've been quite the buzzkill. I made a bet with my children. They wagered that you were about to die. I believed in you, Leto. Have a drink with me. To the defeat of our enemies, the death of the nation of Victoria. I'll be the ritual myself, bestowing the most ancient curse, the most tragic end. And so we'll be leaving soon. Even with my own kin, don't enjoy such an honor. You should be grateful. You know, Your Highness, by the time I was born, Gauld's capital had already been razed by the Duke of Wellington and his despicable accomplices. As he annihilated, as one breathed a sigh. Now it seems you will do the same to Londinium. Will you weep for her? I just didn't expect it. Duke Wellington dismantled Lincoln's, pulling this mobile place apart. Ah, so silly, so boring, the Victorians. Would they like to settle the blood debt to their own hands? I admire your persistence. I could grant you such an opportunity. Ernest is most magnanimous. I bow deeply, but I feel his gaze lingering on me. Huh, pathetic. Mean, fickle, cowardly, self-righteous, begging for mercy out of fear, self-destructing out of despair. I'm still very curious about you. In the scheme of your insignificant life, we've spent quite some time together. Do you really think you can kill me, Leto? You won't. My very blood grips my heart. You may think to yourself, this saga is so arrogant, so contemptuous. On the contrary, Leto. Considering what I'm about to see, I'm positively filled with affection for you. You are a fool, yes, despicable indeed. You should cherish your blood. At first I thought they might have some more interesting uses. Ah, such hasty farewells between us. The Gaulish man's sword. I do my best to reach it. The despicable man's sword. Poor man, keep trying, give it your all you've got, and you just might reach the hilt. Grant, what are you trying to say? I'm saying... This blade cuts across my throat, cold, chilling. I see my filthy blood gushing from my neck. The crimson liquid stains his clothes and splashes his face. Huh. I'm saying I grant you my blood, vile leech. You'll never boast of the purity of your blood ever again, because the despicable René Leto has polluted it. Huh, that's the way to do it. Oh, that's an interesting one. What do we have here? Collect everything. A bunch of stuff. Right, I didn't read. Or Grace. I successfully stolen into Londinium, and this was not done on impulse as you've taught me. I never let personal emotion include my judgment, so please don't worry. I decided on this only after careful consideration. I miss the days we spent together and the life we enjoyed at Lincardin. There shall be more useful here. This place has more or less become the eye of the storm, accumulating momentum as news from all across Terra pours in rapidly. I'm sure I'll mature faster here, so you need not worry that I won't be polishing my skills. I need now that I'm far from Lincardin. Another thing, I ended up reinvestigating the cause of Papa's passing. He did indeed die from illness on his way back to Lincardin after the meeting, but I swear to you, the investigation into the truth behind his death will be my last self-indulgent act. Oh. Oh, the reward of Delphine potential is from the H, like the extra maps. I see. Well, let's go and see. Okay. Actually,
誰を餌にするか決まった。恐怖が隠せないわ。私に出会ったのが運の尽きた。指定の位置に向かう。
okay. Yeah, I might use you instead. Hoping you can survive long enough to activate your skill. Here we go.
依頼内容を承知した。
みんなこっち来て。
あまり待たせぬ足元を見ていなさい。
いいチャンスだ。見渡す限り戦場だ。どこに逃げるつもりだ。
Ah, so close.
遺言の伝達。断る。さっさと
Here we go.
楽に終わる。
どっちが獲物か。これが戦場というものね。機械旅行。この矢は外れない気がする。本気で行くよ。
自ら下した決断を疑うな。
頼みはな。自然な殺意を乱してはならない。
これで静かになってくれるな。どうすればいいか恐怖が隠せない。
ターゲットは誰？ビクトリアのバグパイプ。波状棒と共にマイル。ご指示を。待機中。待機中。意志を警護にするは規律。
どうすればいいかくらいわかるわ。私に命令しないで。
加減はしますよ。
落ち着いて。ご指示を。
遺言の伝達。断る。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。
いいチャンスだ。
光がこの地を守り抜く。
飯を食ってねえのか。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
ええ、ここにいます。
戦に心配しないで。私に任せて。この矢は外れない気がする。
何を片付ければいい？
頼みはな。自然な殺意を乱してはならない。わあ、本気で行くよ。
さっさと片付ければ。
準備完。心配しないで。
誰を餌にするか決まった。どうすればいいかくらいわかる。足元を見てみなさい。ここでは何も起きたいな。
戦に心配しないで。
どうすればいいかくらいわかる。私に命令。
弓の準備はできてるよ。
さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。
行くよ。私に指図するしね。
Okay, it wasn't too bad.
Mission accomplished. 話にならない。
1320. Like, how many missions did the other chapter have? Now that I think about it. 20. 20. This one has had 17. This one 19. Oh, I still didn't do the H map here. Whoops. One day I have to check all the chapters and see if I didn't forget like some challenges. Like I didn't retry this one, like Salula. I was trying on it and then I just forgot about it. At least this one I did. These ones I did as well. Okay, so the very old one I did, but I should do Talula again one day. Let me just pick that up. $20. So this is not the last though. I think it would be like a red one like this. Okay. Sanguinarch billows. Okay, what's this? I cannot deploy in the middle. I should stop this at the very start. So I can try to kill this guy. What the? Oh, they spawn here? Ah, shit. I put Hodor here then. You healing everyone here. Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? How? Where? When? What? I didn't see a single thing going through the goal, but okay. I put Horn on the left. You will go here.
親しんだ戦場さ。
わあ、みんなこっち来て。半歩だって引かない。視界良好、狙いはバッチリ。
憎悪がお前の視野を奪う。
準備完了。光ある。
どうすればいい恐怖が隠せない。
指定の位置に向かう。行くよ。ターゲットは誰？私に指図する。それかもな。
Okay, Ines should be able to do more after that. Oh, she changed target. Okay, she still finished that one at least. Okay, Ines should be able to finish that. Now you pop that one.
楽に終わる。私に任せて。前のこの世で首吊りにしてやる。
They're not revealed.
え？
They should be revealed. I don't understand.
任務は必ず果たします。この戦いで。
ここにいます。
わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。私に出会ったのは運の尽きだ。いつでもセンスさあ、私を超えてみなさい。いつでも戦線に投入してください。
One. I need more.
あまり待たせ足元を見てみなさい。
視界良好。このリズムは今にぴったり。懺悔しなさい。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。
Okay, they will stop reviving at least.
あなたにも教えてあげる。
あまり待たせないで。
これが戦場というものね。ここでは何も起きていない。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。
Okay. I thought it's a bit more complicated. Maybe I don't have like the best characters for that. How dull. Did you think this would anger me? Offend me? Did you think I would kick your corpse in anger? Curse your insolence? I'm not going to do any of that, Leto. René Leto. Insignificant man, same as the land itself in my eyes. An annoyance. Do you think this act would give in meaning to your pathetic life? Still so conceited, Leto. I won't give you another thought, not so much as a momentary glance. There it is, vampire. If memory serves, I have some sort of role in your hypocritical military commission. I haven't seen a war report from you in quite some time. Nor have you attended any commission meetings in quite some time. You already held the requisite command authority. Command authority. I don't need to command my offspring. They serve me naturally. Just serve at court. Then you need to manage them better. The wars and approaches and your underlings need to play a more significant role. Their wanton behavior vexes me. The Western Front is wasting time. It is necessary for the ritual. With enough blood and tears, how are we supposed to gather enough material for the witchcraft? You and Theresa told me about the ancient door you found covered in scabs. Is the source of all Sarka's suffering, the region of fate, really behind that door? The preparations for the ritual are complete, but none of the nodes, the town of Brentwood, is under attack by our enemies. Are you dispatching me to resolve these trifling nuisances to you, Theresis? Oh, remind me, Reverend Regent of the Military Commission, since the Commission has noted this is such a crucial town, why do you not prepare any significant defense? No shrouded casters, meat puppets, only haphazardly bewitched flesh-woven brutes. I indulged you and your sister on account of your dazzlingly powerful souls. Wilczak has called you regent, and the confessoriate has gathered around you, bringing Theresa back to you. The regent and the resurrected king of Sarka, what a fascinating pair of siblings. But all of this owes to your actions, your power, not your status. Power. I have blessed this battlefield in order to cast the grandest of curses. I, in my benevolence, as head of one of the orders of the courts, have awakened the power hidden within the blood of Sarkas. And so, Theresis, have you felt it? Does my boon delight you? Oh, but how much power can be drawn from your mixed blood? The end is near. It's making you restless. Conceal your weakness, or should I say, do you need a reminder to? I will complete the final part of the ritual for you, proud regent. But it is not in service of the narrow ambitions of your ancestor eyes, always fixed in that nomadic city, bearing the false name of Casdal. It is another resting place in that painful river. Theresa is ready. The shard will soon unleash a power that Victoria could never imagine. The skeleton is waiting the herb outside the encampment. You can go from there to Brentwood. Exciting, isn't it? Theresis, you always wear such dull, lifeless faces. I've seen it, a black light rising over the horizon, like a wall of obsidian that will eventually find a real city. You mock my impatience, but isn't silence the best way to conceal your deepest thoughts? If only I could go back in time to see it for myself. If you really can retrieve the power that could reshape this great land, that which the Sarkas felt reached out to touch Originum, then I will, on your behalf, spread the name of Casdal through this crappened land I set foot on. Sarkas, my people, have abandoned the path for too long. They hate, they curse, they swear revenge upon our enemies. So disappointing. My people have forgotten even the origin of their bloodlines, forgotten the names of our ancestors. They mate in numbness and sorrow, giving birth to a generation of hideous mixed blood offspring. They throw themselves in the shadows of nomadic cities, hiding in the streets, begging invaders for food. I have lost interest in Victorian blood, and the Sarkas who are satisfied with it, they infuriate me even more. From the moment Sarkas first called themselves Sarkas, from the moment this world alienated them, it's enough to drive one mad with rage. My prince, the drifting of the Fanmut is about to end and we will soon arrive at the way station near Brentwood. The town has been occupied by Victorians, but they are clearing out your creations. They are clearing out your creations. Creations? Those mindless insects are nothing more than a few drops of residual blood carelessly spilled by children of the Crimson Court while painting runes on crystal. Let the Victorians celebrate their victory. My mistake, forgive me, Your Highness. I look to the Military Commission's measure, the Sarkas. They have trained so many children to wander outside the court in this system of his. You are called Ursula. Yes, Your Highness. Your blood is mixed with too much alcohol. I can forgive hedonism and indulgence, but your hesitation disappoints. I can wash those away for you, Major. I'm grateful for your benevolence, my prince, but I can handle myself. I will endeavor to do better. She bows her head, the nerves have gripped her. But at least these mixed-blood children understand how to resist, which compensates somewhat for their ignorance. Ursula, Ursula. Ursula the Time Stealer, a popular household story. Ah, Ursula has taken the reins of this particular skeleton. Amusing. Just a coincidence, Your Highness. When I took the name, I never thought I would really be any kind of hero. Hero? I said I was a coward. He couldn't even look directly into the eyes of this Ferrenmut, daring only to hide the turbulent currents it stirred up, where against some of the people immersed in the illusion. So I sent him on a mission, of course, to save many people. Hollow murmurs echo through space. What is this? Har recognized me at last. Dead silence. Its intelligence has long been stripped away. Only an empty shell remains to react. My prince, we are nearly there. We may encounter some illusions. No need to remind me. I've dealt with this one far more than you ever have. Yashin Castle sent to its doom by diabolic flames. They sweep through the tents and water clans. I can hear the roar of the flames. I can hear the lamentations of the flames. Why is we still surrendering? Why are we still weak? Are you satisfied with this? Are you satisfied? And I, on your behalf, Mashin Keen, kneel and weep in the ruins. The king of Sarkaz is dead. The king kills the king. I know he's just a ripple in the illusion. I know this is our unchangeable history. You worked hard to build this ancient castle, and the Sarkaz have a home again. But doesn't its diminutive size infuriate you? The outblood invaders deprived the Tikaz of an ancestral land, so they started to compromise, shrinking, distorting that which stands for a home. To a plain, a circular field until you can only call it your city, your village. It's the starting point of Sarkaz's weakness. And now I look back to the end point. From the end point. The illusions are over. The skeleton has returned to its lair. My prince, it is my duty to remind you, the forces in control of the Brentwood Core are circled nearby. They may not be aware that the skeleton leaves a trace. Our return may have been exposed. Your power is undeniable, but among our enemies there may be... No matter. Have our enemies destroyed the ritual nodes? The battlefield art circle cast by the skeleton were merely the tendrils, extremities of the Crimson Court's grasp. In any case, since we've come to the end, allow me to personally stand at the center of this most ancient ritual. The sun is rising, and the first rays of blood red have already spilled through the damaged cave way station. A new day, but this day will be different from all the sorrowful days that have come before. Far Chaser, the crowned hunter, first king of Sarkaz. If your soul still lingers among the myriad after thousands of years, not that cloud after the community looked up the spire, now in the shard. The foolish Victorian sees the storm as nothing more than a spear to be thrown. How shallow, that inherently corrupt nature always inclined toward conflict. I close my eyes, feeling the art circle composed of blood-red crystals, feeling all the blood that's flowed through this land since the war. No. Since we degraded ourselves into Sarkaz. If you watch a stare to the center of your lost homeland, if those distant legends have been distorted and painted on that lies, then let the suffering that cradle descend again. Let us reclaim the lost fate of the Tikaz. A drop of blood drips from my eye. It flows down my face. That distant voice answers me. If ever I could reach out and touch it. The door, long buried in dust and smoke, is slowly loosening. The storm over Londinum is playing a new movement. It seems something is missing. Loud noise. As we thought, the Victorians are attacking here. We'll do what we can to buy you time to complete the ritual, my prince. The Victorians, There is this. You really have surprised me. No, girl, Colosala. We're not facing any such Victorians. Our guests deserve to witness this moment. Another pure blood, still a young null, and the usurper king of Sarkaz. No matter who they are, the military commission's plan must be executed. I strengthened my connection with the Foundment as much as possible in order to prevent them from reaching this place. My prince, please. You have no standing from which to advise me. Ah, I do so want to see what cliché will they spout at me this time. What moment of despair can they show me? Now then, Major, you stay here. This dispensable work of yours is over. How many years have this hollow skeleton got unfilled? For centuries? 5? At the time, I was not yet master of the Crimson Court. At the time, I could still hear the arrogant whisper of Pritrick walking. I could hear the sound of the arch lie of Jarl torturing the night away. At the time, even if the vampires were hostile to them, these mighty souls surging with hatred and faith made my heart swell. At the time, Sarkaz were already a scattered people with home to call their own. At the time, I could see the remnant of their proud souls. Ruin. A sea of blood devours the curse. Are you still toying with these pathetic words? These false curses, Banshee? Why don't you face the power that truly belongs to you, the power gathered in your blood? Isn't the elegy you can sing now so much more melodious? Alas, you are silent, never to open your mouth. Vampire, what is it you're trying to reach? This is no ritual recorded in Sarkaz literature. What is it calling? I see a seed. You're trying to awaken it with millennia witchcraft to nourish it with the art circle on the battlefield and control it with a storm over the shard. You must be stopped. You've destroyed Londinium. It will be nothing but a heap of rubble full of Originum. No, not in that, this scale. With this much power, I can even see the revenge of Sarkaz will drag all of Terra into the abyss. Revenge. Curtis, you still claim to be king of Sarkaz, but your views are so biased. 200 years ago, a coalition of Terran nations destroyed Castle once. And now do you think we would bring pain and destruction to Victoria's simple vengeance for their conquest 2 centuries ago? Ah, I am disappointed once again. The black crown lingers over your head, and indeed this is yet another ridiculous thing wrought by the king of Sarkaz. Killing an enemy and butchering a country, burying a city and annihilating culture. These things are no different for Sarkaz. They are far from enough to be called resistance. We've come to Londinium, this outblood capital, not for any kind of retaliation. See, not a bad description. Sorry for the wait. Watch and see what side this seed will bring. You're a narrow-minded one, vampire. No flowery word can change the nature of what it is you're doing. You call me silent? Rest assured, vampire, you will hear me speak. Fetters fall heavy on your body. Amiya. The black crown appears over the outblood's head. A black spear pierces my scapula. What's so easy? No, it's not. Fresh blood gushes out. The king of Sarkaz has opened a wound for me. This is the blood so preciously bestowed to me and my ancestors for millennia. I carefully select the blood of my choice. The masters of the Crimson Court have a responsibility to, day after day, wipe away even the most minute hint of impurity. But the reason we're so pure is not that this bloodline has never been lost, never been defiled, but because I finally found it. A drop of blood. It has been passed down through the millennia. Tika's blood. The land falls silent, the river stagnates, air moans, entire world comes solemn. As I reach out my hand, it floats slowly in front of me. It does not drip. It only goes up. Up. His blood. He's going to complete the ritual. Tika's blood is now gone from our world. The incantation landed in Londinium was just destroyed in that instant. What's happened in Londinium? I mean, yeah, end this battle quickly. I feel some kind of... Don't be so hasty, honored guests. Blood crawls over the bones. Bloodstain emerges from the decay. It is a great opportunity. In the sight of the first curse, perhaps today we can bid farewell to the last king of Sarkas. Okay. And that would be the last one. Wait, so there is 3 of these and there's only 1 altar. Oh, it's not just an altar, it's the Throne of Blood. Spawns Blood Ember, and particularly the Searing Blood Mist, turning Blood Ember into Bloodborne Spawn. I guess you need more than 1 bomb to actually destroy it. Ah shit, I'm so close to the max. I did not realize. Oh well. For human, perhaps for more than human, no sarcasm dare to speak. It takes away all things and shapes all things. What is that? The blessing Sanguinarch left to Sarkas hasn't faded, but just now, could the doctor have been talking about? Blood rises from the spine of the fern, but apparently only a drop. It draws all eyes. It leaves intertwined bones, dancing in the dim cave, rising to the freshly sprinkled sunlight. A drop of blood, just 1 drop of blood. Pure blood, glorious blood. It has been wounded, it has been betrayed, it has been forgotten to the point of being spurned. For millennia the land called it disaster, treated it as an enemy, trampled it until it abandoned its glory and defiled its body. Tikas became Sarkas, their homeland lost. Today the blood of Zeus, the homeland, returns from history. All men across the land should pay tribute for it. The beat of blood dissolves and silence reigns. No explosion, no vibration, no grand vision of chaotic whispers. Even if blocked by the hills, all eyes turn towards Londinium. At this point, all the storms called by the Shard feel like nothing but harmless drizzle. Now what gathered atop the tower can no longer be called just a dark cloud. The storm has become a cradle. Horror! W! Look alive! Do it! W! Where's the bombs you buried? Hit the detonator, now! You have to tell me twice! No guesses, Horror! We only take on opponents we know we can handle. I know. W's bomb tore through defensive lines. We've got a breakthrough, tangled with them way too long. Ami and Logos went on ahead of us, they'll deal with the worst of our troubles. As for the others, follow the path they cleared and climb the firmament bones with those gangways. Damn it, these guys! Don't let them get any further. Come down so I pull up the gangways. Trembling nerve, bundles begin to close and the bone gangways start to drift. The firmament has decided not to let anyone walk on its spine. The traitors die here. We'll take the corpses to the tent of Naxar King to nourish our next victory. Huh? Buried mine under the bones. Feels pretty good. Order, Inez, get ready, shockwave incoming. The rising airflow of the green explosion sent the 3 mercenaries into the air. Order adjusts his posture with some effort, looking down to see the cave being engulfed in flames. The firmament seems to sense something. It swings its body, its white tailbone slashing at the 3 like a whip. W, 3 grenades, downward diagonal. Good idea. This is the last time I play along with your explosive shenanigans! Red-haired Sarkas picks up dust, and the black-haired Katrina weaves darkness. The scraps form beams and shadows form steps. An invisible staircase, stinking of gunpowder, spirals upward and pierces the chest cavity of the hovering skeleton. The mercenaries rush into its hollow interior. This way to the core of the skeleton. Our target is Ursula. Find her and we have control of this thing we're working on. Are you too sure we can get the skeleton? Sounds like a little reckless, almost like robbing a caravan. We have to, otherwise me and Logos are fighting for nothing. So open the car door, toss the driver out, grab the keys, bam my car now. Do you see the illusion thing made moving between his bones? I still haven't figured anything out. This isn't some obscure story. Should I have figured something out? I forgot you don't care to learn a history. A few hundred years ago. A few hundred years ago, Sarkas killed a Fernmut that almost destroyed Castle. After it fell, there were various claims that as to where it ended up, and one of those was that its consciousness didn't die with it. It was split, sealed into a bunch of different items. And it seemed that that claims were probably at least partly true. As for the unconscious shell, it was carefully collected before this war, sent a lot of effort to modify it, and sure enough, it's playing a big role in the war for the military commission. Different items, huh? Ursula had never carried a pocket watch before, not like she was ever on time in the car market. But if her watch is holding a Fernmut consciousness, it's probably already very fragmented. The skeleton you're standing on isn't exactly dead, but it doesn't have much more than basic nerve reflexes. Ursula can only guide those basic reactions. I just need to pay more attention to them. A rain of bolts falls through the gaps in the bones, followed by the eerie glow of Sarka's witchcrafts. Take cover! Sure, just the nerve bundle that can strike at you. And watch out for the sudden bone spear thrusts. Nothing to worry about. After all, this fella has been stripped down to nothing but bleached bones. But it still is you, Ursula. You're more dangerous than this half-dead Fernmut. Done with your important work? I might be, if you weren't here to bother me. Hey, this bitch commander here, she's pretty rotten on her own skeleton. Those bolts are all stuck in the bones now. Want me to help pull them out? I've got pretty handy methods. It's that psycho! Trying to kill my men right in front of me? How dare you think too little of me? Dangerous and chaotic power gathered in Ursa's fingertips as she prepares to cast her arts. But a moment before she can cast, a black shadow crawls up her ankle. Ursa has to take a step to the right in order to shake off the persistent entanglement of the shadow. Her eyes got out of control and a red glow shoots out from the damaged seam of the spine. The sound of a muffled explosion booms from a distant cave wall. You've got rusty, Ursula. I guess you've been doing well for yourself in the scar market. You're a bunch of survivors, I'll give you that. Back in Castle, I made quite bets with the old-timers on how many of you would actually collect on those jobs you were taking. As long as I bet on Hodder, Ines, and later Psycho W, I always made money. Sounds to me like you are a big cat. At the famous sharp tongue of this W. Haven't you learned anything from Ines? This time though, you took a wrong turn. Two kings of the Royal Court are here, going all out, not to mention the King of Sarkaz. This place is never gonna be safe haven, where you can escape the war, not the kind of place you can survive. What about you? You heard about Theris' Stormcart in Londinium? Assuming the consequences out there are way beyond anything anyone's ever seen before. You still think it's a fair price to pay for the Sarkaz to rebuild castle? Not enough chit-chat. Soldiers, end them here, while there's still time. Major, look, on the bone there. Blood crawls along the bones, creeping toward them. Blood is filling the place, overflowing the damaged gap, connecting the long cold body. It's a Sanguinarch. Looks like he's ready. It begins to grow warmer, power accumulates in the bone again. The spine sways left and right, audibly creaking. The Fernmut resumes its roving. So much blood. Ursula, where did all this blood come from? As you need to ask, it's courtesy of that homicidal Sanguinarch he slaughters the place clean. No, they have wrists. Ursula and her men all have bleeding wounds on their wrists. It starts to beds of blood and turn to ribbons and rivers. How much blood is in a human body? The blood flowing out of the guard joins with the bloodstains spring over the bleached bones. I offer your highness my blood, Prince of the Crimson Court. May you hunt unimpeded. Let our blood form for you a swift child. Sir, stop! Have you lost your marbles? The Foundmote, it's about to move again. Current of history might be able to sweep this place away. The bitch want to go down with us. I'm not controlling it. Blood has replaced muscle, tendon and marrow. Isn't that enough to control it? Guard exposed skin is now visibly pallid. The select complexion is looking worse. Finally the flow stops. A Saka soldier would give everything for his liege, not only his blood. Their skin shrivel and finally they collapse. It's been an honor and a privilege. Men, you stood with me to the end. We'll meet again among the myriad souls. I told you the skeleton isn't the place to escape. It's in the place to survive anymore. Hurry, we need to take cover in the cabin. The illusions are already manifesting, we don't know where they might go. It's creating waves, look out! Waves? Okay. Where does the vampire want to take us? Hoda? I'm here, with her. She's lost too much blood, whether or not she leaves all up to her now. You might as well leave me outside, Hoda. I'd rather die with my men. You've killed so many old friends, there's no way you suddenly grew a heart today. We can use you. So your skeleton's out of my control now. You also say you're loyal to the Commission. You think the Military Commission is a hope for Kazel to become a nation. Why is that guy calling himself a regent? Why does he need Theresa? Why does he think winning this war will secure a future for Kazel? What is Theresa's thinking? Whatever, we'll talk after we take down this Fernmut. What are you going to do? Our goal hasn't changed. We're going home. Home. That was supposed to be the skeleton's last mission. What? It has a name. We codenamed it Lifebone. Nobody uses it much, but when General Manfred named it, he was talking just like you, just like me, Manfred. Wait a minute, I'm done with question. I'm just gonna wait to die. I guess making it to today is a kind of an answer. You really think General Manfred is blind, that he doesn't know what you're up to? I mean, you can only talk about going home if you manage to survive your running with Sanguinarch. You're right, so I'm gonna borrow your watch. Due to the bloodlust, Ulsa is medically powerless to resist, but it has a lovely pocket watch without any trouble. It's got a metal case engraved with intricate witchcraft runes. The watch is ticking backwards. A murmur that no one else hears fills his mind for a moment. It really is louder than I imagined. Oda grits his teeth and leaves behind the locked whispers. He searches within it for the true dormant consciousness of Fernmut. Fernmut, who wanders this land, you are not dead. You've decided to continue your existence in a different way. You're still here, aren't you? At the center of the disaster, the sign Fernmut slowly swims. Where it wanders, there is only a ruined emptiness. The past lifts it, and the future is separated by it. A figure stands in front of it. Stop, Fernmut. You are about to step into Kazel or city. The people here refuse your visit. Choose another path, or else the Sarkas will slaughter you. This is your only warning. Very well. My brother directed us to forbid its advance, to obey the will of the King of Sarkas. Sung in court, to me. Powerful witchcraft condenses into the vampire's hand, and a giant crimson spear falls from the sky. One massive wound after another pierces it. The Saint Fernmut finally speaks, as if waking from a dream. Kazdel. Oh, I may have slept for too long. Kazdel, when did it become a city? You're King of Sarkaz. Is he not your sole chosen leader? Why is he not standing before me? An image that all have forgotten is shattered by the moving Fernmut. that has not roamed in centuries. It gently moved its thin, now only bleached bones, pushing through layer after layer of space. The one who once killed it now bestows warmth upon it again. The skeleton searches for a suitable place to stop until finally... The massive skeleton hovers over an endless sea. The cave, the battle, and even the slowly rising sun are nowhere to be seen. Instead, there is only a calm sky, a calm sea, and a calm stars. All the cruelty that occurred on the continent seems to have never existed here. This is beyond the horizon, beyond civilization. This is what remains of the skeleton for the Prince of Blood to find at last. An untouchable realm. The Crimson River connects with the dark blue nerve, intertwined tightly. The slender murderer closes his eyes and feels the pounding rhythm of his victim. With bloodful reins he harnesses a creature that can only wander through history. Out of those illusory visions and memories of the past, you've indeed brought me a more valuable scene. Why don't the two of you in the face of such a scene? Fizzles of frankly laughable arts in your hand. Have a look, take some time to admire it all. This is the tomb I have chosen for you. It was daytime just a moment ago, but here, a dark night and an endless sea. Stars are changing. I never heard of a place like this. Not in any record, not in any legends. So this must be distant enough, yes. I don't wonder how far we are from Castle now. This land they all call Terra. Is it too vast or is it too small? Amiya, be careful, his blood, it's sublimating. He awakened his blood with that witchcraft. Don't take it and blood, Banshee. You know, I treat pure bloods as equals. Perhaps when compared to Crimson Court, where I spent eons seeking purity, we've been more deeply influenced by Originum. Well, among Sarkas, you are indeed quite formidable. Come, let's not be stingy. With my blessing, you cannot reject my gift. Now that I've awakened your power, you are finally worthy of facing me. Let me hear the screech of your knell, if it can still darken the moonlight. Crimson ripples spread, and at this moment the sky is no longer the sky. No, this is the sea. The sea. The only refraction of blood, reflection of blood. Sanguinarch smiles faintly, a blood soul pumping like a heart in his palm, reflecting the face of the young Banshee in a structure as deep as life itself. And then the blood soul shatters. I write, therefore I command. The night conceals me from death. Another incantation, another of your shallow incantations. You have talent, no doubt about that. The flapping of your lips and the doodle of your bone pen are enough to humiliate the so-called original arts of common people. And yet, what do you resist your heritage so? Show me your true self, King of the Court, Banshee. Do you cry Sanguinarch of Vampires, Prince of Old Blood, demand you show your true self? Enough, vampire. Hold on, Logos. Black art erupts from the girl's hand, parting the sea of blood. But the blood does not yield, it roars. The King of Sarka's arts dissolve and shatter, and the red surges even more intensely. Oh, King of Sarkaz, you forgot you were here. Courteous King, look at you, you didn't receive even a scrap of my boon. Courteous blood, tedious and ordinary. No matter how hard I try to scrape something together, I can't find a shred of talent or power. I can even say that your blood is mixed and pure, as the adjectives simply imply an expectation of return to purity. But you, the archaic bloodlines are proof that without a doubt all formidable and magnificent. But what do you have? A laughable motivation? A shallow conviction? I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to defeat you. That makes sense. It is our King of Sarkaz, just stealing a bit of attainment from another chaotic and disorderly. Nothing even on the level of Banshee's little tricks born from rebellious minds. Even less than the pair of siblings. Amelia, don't let him provoke you. I sense his power is still growing. We need to end this fast. I know. We need to get back under clear skies. In the past, I once slew a so-called King of Sarkaz. It wasn't particularly difficult. I suspect your end will be the same this time. You question me with black blades. I answer you with a gift of death. Okay. The Archon in Sanguin. Sangan. Whatever.
くれぐれも安全にね。ドクター、ここっていい景色だね。
戦争はいつまでも変わらないな。
Dear Kyle, Regent's Crimson, the host of the Crimson Court and master of all Bloodborne.
これで静かになってくれる。
誰を餌にするか決まった。恐怖を隠せない。
絶好のチャンスだ。さっさと片付ければ。
Oh shit, he's here!
怖くはないわ。お前のことこの世で釘付けにしてやる。本気で行くよ。
任務は必ず果たします。この戦い、障害をすべてなぎ払うのが嵐の務め。誰かに気づく前に、あなたの死体を影に沈めた。
I need to destroy these things. I will need Surta. The boss will enter in the next phase. I have no idea what he'll do in the next phase though. But yeah, I need to destroy the crystal now. There are too many of them.
加減はします。
こっち来て。私に出会ったのは運が尽きた。問題ないよ。ほら、しっかり。
ええ、ここにいます。依頼内容は承知した。
決断を下すときは冷静に。慌てなく決断。お前の彼この世で釘付けにしてやる。私に任せて。偉いわ。
誰かに気づく前に、あなたの死体を影に。
もういい。終わりにしよう。
Who just died and why? I don't know what happened.
ここでは何も起きてない。
いつでも私が聞いた同国をあなたにも教えてあげる。
What is he doing? He's charging something.
楽に思う。
He's preparing something. I don't like it.
ターゲットは誰？ビクトリアのバグパイプ。
足元を見てみなさい。
Will the bomb do something to him? Apparently it does something.
ご指示を。
Okay.
ここでは何も起きていない。指定の位置に向かう。
これ以上は進ませません。
どうすればいいかくらいわかるわ。私に命令しないで。
問題ないわ。落ち着いて。
どうすればいい恐怖を隠せない。あまり待たせないで。
私に出会ったのが運が尽きた。さっさと片付ければ楽に終わる。悪くない場所だ。
It will explode.
障害をすべてなぎ払うのが嵐の務め。この顔が。
ええ、ここにいます。
視界良 私に指図するな。何を片付ければいい？
いいチャンスだ。もういい。終わりにしよう。
ビクトリアのバグパイプ、波状棒と共に参る。
I don't know exactly what's going on, but it is happening. I keep sending bombs and I'll see.
どうすれば絶望の匂いもカムフラージュできない？
The music is cool though. I like it.
遺言の伝達。ことが私を倒す。
手上がりもいいところね。
え？ああいう香りが好き？弓の準備はできてるよ。
Come on. Okay, is it the end? It should be.
あまり待たせないです。光がこの地を守り抜く。戦に私がついてる。
行くよ。言われなくても分かってエヴァティ。
これ以上は進ませません。
私に出会ったのが運が尽きたか。
誰を餌にするか決まった。誰かが気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてある。
私に指図するな。準備か。私がついてる。
どこに向かえばよろしいでしょう。
私に任せて。狙いはバッチリ。何を片付ければいい？
Okay, the Sanguinarch was cool. Like, I don't know what would have happened if I didn't stun him with the bomb. Like, if I gave him more time to cast his thing. But probably nothing good. Blood rain falls incessantly, as if it will never stop. Lokosamia's shoulder has been soaked red by the rain. The white-haired vampire, however, seems to stroll casually under the rain, completely spotless. Look at the sorry face of yourself, lost in confusion, losing sight of what matters. Even if no one answers your cries, you can't waste the stage you've been given. Don't waste your chance at a grand farewell. I stated before it is prescribed, the wind and the rain cease deprived of its right to flow. The moment the word I've spoken, the blood rain freezes in midair. Like curtains, like stars, it reflects the sorrow of the sea, the brilliance of the moon. Sanguinarch squints seemingly unsurprised by the contemplation of the Lord of the Banshee. Rather, it is appreciating a piece of art drawn between heaven and earth. You've had it surging, impressive. Blood poses at your command, but I am its master. The suspended bit of blood suddenly bursts in the air, splattering anything it can reach. The night will decay, the order will wear. No? If you so disdain your noble blood, I might as well extract it and return it to your mother Banshee. She will play for you a mournful whistle. Amiya. The vampire only gives Amiya a momentary opportunity, but it is more than enough. Amiya's palm presses against the vampire's body, sticky blood burning her palm. Is this your blood? Heated by art, heated by your talent. But the hot blood I've seen has all been for the sake of resistance, for the sake of life. And those people, their blood is so much hotter than yours. Black line bursts from Amia's palm, piercing through the vampire's body. Ugh! Amia, fall back. You didn't get his vitals. Oh, cold, King of Sarkas, monarch of such little grace you are. Sanguinarch of the vampires, when the Crimson Court, your offspring will feel every battlefield Sarkas touch. You proclaim to them that slaughter and conquest are the ancient traditions of the vampires. You've shaped your court into what it is today. You've made the people see all vampires as nothing more than twisted creatures of desire like yourself. But the vampires I know are not like you. They haven't gone mad like you. But they managed to conceal their desires, conditioned too deeply by this age in which they had no home. Some choose to bow down to the invaders, and I pity them. No, that's not it. How do you interpret the blood that the court stands for? The suffering of Sarkas need no elucidation. All Sarkas, even those who submit to you, inevitably know the taste of blood. Overtuned in dark alley, intercepted in dark forest. Sometimes throat is cut, sometimes cold daggers are thrust between ribs. It awakens for the siblings, who now know the cost of submission, and they come to rebel until they too are covered in the blood of their enemies. How pitiful. Kill or be killed. This is a cycle of blood the Sarkas carry. That's how you define the meaning of blood, a cycle? It's the first time any of us fed blood on our skin, wasn't it? When we were born from our mothers. Blood is the foundation of human life. Heritage passed down on umbilical cords, inevitable stumbles when exploring the outside world, and wound that will surely heal. But you see, it is only a synonym for torment and death. Your obsession makes you bloodthirsty. You, with your arrogance and pride, lead them to believe that this is the path the Sarkas should take, the things they should do. I reject you, Sanguinarch. I reject your actions, your words, and your court. What is this I'm hearing? You, an old blood, reject me. A mere crown has inflated you to, what, King of Sarkas? Da-da-da! Blood sea churns, its waves covers and moons. Crimson removes all other colors. I don't care what I am or what I'm called. I only know what I need to do. The prince stops moving for a moment. A voice echoes in his mind. It is how you manipulate the king's power, Curtis. You will share some profound words, try to shake me with shallow emotion. You're welcome to try. Shake? No, this is a rejection. Rolling on the waves slows together with the moonlight. I reject you. I reject you the way you use a king. Sarkas encapsulate the concept and power of power and tradition. I reject you how you entrust the future, the past, entrust life to slaughter. There's other king, the chancellor, the leader of Babel. She showed everyone a path. Maybe that path is too idealistic, maybe her promises won't bear the thousand of years of hatred of Sarkas. But that's not now, not your choice. You'd laugh at my weakness? Say it's not my place to talk about Sarkas with you? Or you'd mock Lobos for not making use of blood you awakened just now? Oh, King Sarkas, you eavesdropped my thoughts. Is that your ability? And of course you know what I'm going to say. I do. But we've never said that Sarkas should give up the resistance. We've never said that suffering is justified. On the contrary. The rebel who awakened from the suffering and hardship, from the abyss of hatred, they will be much, much stronger than you. The lost home of Sarkas is not in the history you keep looking back to an eon ago. It can be slogan of fantasy or symbol. It's right here where Sarkas came from. In the city called Castle, there were so many real people. Where so many real people live. Sorry, people that you've only condemned to a void of ideas. You imagine the present from the past, and the real future can never be born. It's time to stop, vampire. Oh, the ring just shattered. Amia's ring shatters, sending splinters flying. Cold anger burns within Amia as she scrutinizes the enemy before her. She thought her anger would rise, burning like a fire, could scorch the ocean. But no, that's not what's happening. Amia feels more than just anger. also intense sadness, sarcasm. People who has left their homeland. Yet there's the belief that it is only through violence and war that they can reclaim all they've lost. It's easy to blame them with cliché words of morality, justice and kindness, words that have been spoken over and over again. Even the war continues and hatred spreads, because that is how this world treats them. This world has imposed on them violence and war. So then what's wrong with an eye for an eye? Where is the crime in blood for blood? Oh, I love this music. Every king of Sarkaz operates on those principles, so the war never stops. This must be broken, but how? How can this system be broken? Even theories have failed. What do you think you are? Yes, even she failed. That's why Theoda needs me. Doctor and Dr. Calcit need me. And that's why I'm here. I, as a Revenant called me, as you call me, as so many Sarkaz believe me to be, the outbloods, the weak king of Sarkaz. Stand down. The obscene decree transformed into the judgment of a king, stabbing into Scott's blood. The thick red finally dissipates. The vampire takes a few steps back, raising his hand to wipe away the blood that flows from his nose and mouth. His body is damaged and his white clothes are at last stained with blood. You can't fight anymore, Sanguinarch. It's time for this battle to end. King of Sarkaz, won't you grant me that vision of emptiness? Don't you want to peer into my thoughts, see my sorrow and pain? You can reprimand me, reject me, countless Sarkaz believes is the power of the king. You say I have corrupted my court, but what about you? Oh, King of Sarkaz, take your direction, your path. My people follow you, expecting you to well explore their flesh and blood, their lives and their souls. Their blind faith is ridiculous. I sneer the king's comfort, but I've seen it. My little brother was a king of Sarkaz. That was a lovely title. He was looked as an elder of Sarkaz, a guiding light. He was a natural savior, the one who would pull us out of our misery. What was reality? What kind of people had Blackcrown chosen? In the beginning, the king of Sarkaz were indeed magnificent. The Diabolus walked the path of punishment, the Goliath rode fearless calamity. But they found themselves betrayed by the cowardice, sold by the selfish. This is our curse. The king killed the king, succession to the crown often comes as death. Vile always prevail. After the crown has been missed by short-sighted fools, the weak began to appear among the kings. They were now minded, focused on toying with the power they held in their hand. They became no better than hypocritical lords among the elders and ancients. The power they stole from others clouded their vision. The focus of my people's faith turned from fearless warriors to vermin hiding in their palaces. They even forgot the shame borne by the name Sarkaz. The crown continued to make its laughable choices, right up to my brother. I thought surely he would be the hero that I had waited for. He, on the other hand, had the audacity to say to me that Sarkaz could no longer afford to continue the war. It would take generations to rebuild Kazdal. Even the skeleton beneath our feet know that Kazdal we should rebuild was never meant to be a city, and that the king of Sarkaz should be the one to stand before them all. How can a man like that deserve to hold a single drop of Tika's blood with his body? Do you see it, King of Sarkaz? I see a bloody civil war, the carpet of the palace soaked red, I see a vampire lying in the arms of another vampire. The legend of the toppled blood prince. He died in civil war, you're his kin. Did you fight in the war? No. No, of course not. Did I fight? I shattered the crown myself. I remember like if it was yesterday. My hand pierced his chest. Limpid Tika's blood danced on my fingertip, finally entering my veins. He turned his head to look at me, grabbing my clothes. The king of Sarkaz showed his illusory vision to his murderer before he died. The vision should have bestowed as an honor. In the vision I saw, I witnessed peace. As you said, Kote's blood is not synonymous with death. I stood in the valley, watching a quiet village, the doctor laughing as he spoke, stitching up wounds for the injured. An injured man tells the doctor that his quarry was particularly ferocious. eventually worn out. In the courtyard hang the freshly harvested beast meat. The doctor is me. But this makes me uncontrollably angry. How tragic, how meaningless, how shameful. My brother actually believed that this false peace could deceive me. He was horrifically wrong. He thought I was blinded by hatred? No, I know what peace is. And that's exactly why I feel so restless. We long to see the great and powerful true Tikas absorb my brother's blood into my body and watch as the black crown vanished from my eyes. But you did not ascend to the throne as the king of Sarkas. I do not regret that. If he could choose a formidable leader, I would certainly be delighted. But this crown disappoints me time and time again, each time I'm more disappointed. My brother's successor was a wandering vagrant. The next was a lumberjack. If it weren't for the recalls kept by the confessary, these people would not be remembered at all. Later, a king who ruled Kazel were killed by a monster called Katsit on the side of the coalition army. Then came Theresa and Theresis. They were impressive, but also frustrating. Theresa, immersed in her fantasies, wasted her strengths, much like my weak elder brother, and her successor tended to be a Cottus, an outblood. Things being what they are, the crown's choices being so absurd, even as its existence brings such humiliating hope to my people, I would rather bury it beyond the reach of civilization. I would let it be truly lost, forgotten to history. You're still struggling. Amiya, don't give him a chance. You are weakening too. However, tarnished by the crown maybe, its weight is not something an infantile Cottus could bear. It's in the confessary so eager to manipulate the crown, are going to blather some nonsense at me. Take another look around, Cottus. If you die, there'll be no more successors. Or maybe you'd place your crown on the moons. The flowing blood surges toward the Sanguinarch's body. The white-haired Sarkas stands proudly once again. What? How can he still fight? The king's arch that pierced his body, leaving unable to regenerate. He is using blood to fill the hole of his flesh, using to mend his wounds. He's a marionette now. You've become more proficient in the use of the king's power, Cottus. But all your admonitions, warning, judgment, and proclamation are nothing but jokes. Ignore it, little rabbits. The crown over your head represents no responsibility or authority. King of Sarkas, ha! I mock not only your foolishness, but that of the king. And that of the crown itself. The once vibrant red that filled the entire space no longer exists. Only a bit, only a bit of crimson oozes from Sanguinarch's pupils. When Sarkas loses the king, on which they are so independent, then perhaps they will wake up from this shameful dream of a coming salvation. I accede to your statement that those awakening from a dream will be much more powerful. And that is why you cannot defeat me. How can the fallen consciousness of Sarkas resist me, who once carried the blood of the Tikas? Polluted cannot defy the pure, the impure cannot touch the limpid. Your origin lies in the Tikas, a long line you can only climb. We are the rebels. I decree, therefore, correct. Blood and fire extinguished, face to doom. Look out, Logos! A touch of crimson appear from nothing. Space once occupied by the Banshee is replaced by blood. Ugh, his blood is affecting me. Several times stronger than those art circles. Yes, thanks to you I have also shed my blood here. And therefore, this place is now part of Kazel. Who'd have thought, as much as anyone assumed, they knew the full length and breadth of this great land. The boundaries of our home are still expanding given this time and place. Sarkas, myself proclaim Sarkas can. March with your blood, carry on with that which will never betray you. The boon of your blood. I will take you back to the origin of all this. And it is. A shadow pierces his chest. Threads of blood holding him together are severed in an instant. You... Sorry, Sarkad boons don't do much for me. Buddy, you... You, Sarkas profanity. Aaron Sarkas, up to it, weaken his binds. That's what I'm doing, his art's even crazier than imagined. I can barely hear his thought anymore. There's only red, all red. I've almost got it. Another out blood. Unexpected development. The scent of your blood. Your Caprine? Such a dull disguise. Let's have your blood suffocate you. Ugh. Do you think that crude art would let you kill a king of Sarka's royal course? Of course not. A heavy sword points directly at Sanguinarch's head. You can call something as cliché as slaughter and awakening, Sanguinarch. You're still wandering hatred and destruction, you've never left the abyss. You're the one who is still sleeping. Vile traitors. King of Sarkaz. Now! If I recovers, knocking off the skeleton. An energy begins to play. The wailing of the banshee weaves into a mournful melody and the waves beneath his feet sing a solemn song. A steady male voice harmonizes with the sounds of bells, with moonlight as his prose. The bone whistle sounds itself before it is played. Its distant howl, traversing time itself, strikes the Crimson Court. The moment I took my throne, that knell will already tied to my fate. None of us can escape. But what the elegy mourns will not be your corpse. It would be all of our connection. Sanguinarch continues to struggle, blood gushing from his fingertips, like claws carving deep scratches into the bleached skull of Veranmut. His body disintegrates into the dirt, only to reform in blood. He is the icon of blood, and as long as there is blood, he will continue to fight. I will not. Banshee! Amiya, join me. Explore the strings of elegy. Seek out the origin of the Banshee. Look at me. Look to the whales you once covered with your ears to avoid. We must end him here. I'll try. The Banshee's song echoes again, and the ancient knells seem to materialize, deterring the creeping blood. The vampire still rises. After a moment, a rather tender feminine voice joins the harmonic dirge. Proclamation of death? A sentence of rejection? No, not only. The melody carries a kind of timidity and lingering sadness. As the blood cools, the moonlight changes. The hatred for Sarkaz is not unreasonable, and the vampire's vengeance is not unreasonable. However, it is by no means a promised future. Can survivors have a future on scorched earth? No. What to do, what the siblings actually see. Banshee, listen! You have still accepted your blood, my boon. You have not yet defeated yourself. What echoes here is no longer an elegy. It's only a sigh. A sigh that makes him uneasy. The heat of explosions, the weight of the sword, makes Sanguinarch feel powerless for the first time. He looks at the small, ever so small king of Sarkaz. He looks at Kotus, so inferior to Sarkaz. He looks at the black crown, such a meaningless curse. The history and illusions he trampled on, the blood and inheritance, the revenge and unrivaled power, all suddenly disappear. He feels the void beneath his feet. A figure in white falls from the skeleton. Ridiculous, even the myriad souls mock me. Love the Banshees and King of Sarkaz. You keep the deserters around who really know the past, and in the end, you don't even dare to act yourself. Oh, the vile always prevails. This is indeed our curse. The Outblood King has executed me. To kill Sarkaz resounds with knell, but don't know how strong the ties of blood are. You try to judge. You. In the end, you did use the power within your blood. Two legit singers offered me a dirge at the same time. When the time came, you could not resist instinct within your blood that comprises all that you are. Did you really kill me? No. I have returned the Tikka's blood where it belongs. Go and see. Go to Londinium. I'll be waiting for you behind the curtain of ruin. Like the very philosophical declaration of the Sanguinarch, and then after that you have Surtur being like, huh, piece of cake. Okay. Definitely able to leave this message I left you above. It means you kept up with the cryptography. I thought you work. Fine work. I'm clearing my way back to Linkardin. The turbulence has been thorough that I barely got any sleep. That, or perhaps I'm coming down with something from other stress. While getting some fresh air on deck earlier, I found the photo secretly stashed in my overcoat. There are a few creases on it, but I have also a joy to discover the surprise of yours, and can't wait to see both of you and my Duke again. My girl, I have always believed that we would lead the way to ensuring Victoria's glory will endure, and the Dukes keeping each other in check had been the best case scenario for the nation's future. Your mother and I have never agreed on this, so my eyes and ears have brushed off the noise in order to guarantee Windermere's ability for many years. However, the decision I made during the Duke's secret meeting in London has sowed within me a seed of doubt. I never expected Parliament to conclude with letting those disgusting sarcasm mercenaries clean up the Steam Knight system in our stead. Every Duke voted in favor of this difficult decision, but no doubt they had made this choice even before the session began. This plan is not even now being quite executed right behind my back at Celephone City. I realize now that my original vision of becoming a decision maker who personally affect my country's future has already me personally tarnishing our glory. If the Duke's interests weigh heavier than Victoria's honor, I shouldn't be thinking about this any longer, but I just can't banish it from my mind. One day you'll inherit your mother's title. What would you do if it were you? While trying to locate Lincoln on your horizon, I thought about the past again. As a child, you would shield me from your back at banquets, only to fall into my arm in tear later with the same nights. I'll always be proud of you, so will you still be proud of me, Delphine? Okay. Oh boy, that was a emotional letter to read. Oh, I'll just grab a snack while this auto plays. I need to spend some sanity. I'll be right back.
勝手に散らばるなよ。
奴らが災いを生み出し戦争を引き起こした元凶なのか。
ビクトリー、私の庭からとっとと出ていけ。邪悪を壊滅しうる勇猛さ。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。近いよ。この矢は外れない気がする。行くよ。死ね。
これ以上は進ませません。もう逃げやってここ。
みんな少し来て。
私に出会ったのが運の尽きた。
これが自然の摂理を乱してはならない。懺悔しなさい。
前に進むぞ。
本気で行くよ。
諦めるな。
誰かが気づく前に
And I'm
あな
back.
たの死体を影に沈めてあげる。ここでは何も起きていない。
懺悔しなさい。
足元を見てみなさい。
私がついてる。意志を堅固にするは規律。
すぐに終わる。
本気で行くよ。
慣れ親しんだ戦場だ。
行こ
余人がその目を曇らせる。
恐怖を隠せない。
悪くない場所だ。
すぐに終わる。
私がついてる。ターゲット確認。すぐにこれかもよ。私にこのリズムが今にぴったり。
窮地は人を磨き上げると言いますが、無理は避けたいものです。
Okay. What time is it? What will we do? I'm hesitating, like, do I stop here now? Or do I play something else for a bit before that? I think I will raid the Common Tavern. She's playing Advance Wars again. I think that's a good time as any to go there. And later today I'll stream something else, I'm not sure what, but yeah, later. In like probably 4 hours. Oop. Oh, she's on the one of the last missions at the mission just before the last. Oh, nice. Raid now.